drum roll in the beginning.
It's not drumroll worthy.
Let me get my drumstick.
Did you say our campaign's not drumroll worthy?
I didn't say the campaign wasn't. I said the start of a session isn't.
Wow.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Unsleeping City. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Either way, take a second and hit that subscribe button, and let's get in this chat. Guys and girls, this is episode 9, and these are our Intrepid Heroes. Say hi, Intrepid Heroes.
Hi, Intrepid
Heroes.
Heroes.
Incredible. Last we left our Intrepid Heroes, they had miraculously fought the ghosts of New York's most crooked of cops, commanded by the Onyx badge of one Officer Epona. Having truly the rarest of luck in all of Dungeons & Dragons, by not only summoning the train to Nod, the Dream Realm, but rolling 4 natural 20s in a row. The train pulls into the station, and the heartbreak of Charlie's knowledge that words had been said about possibly having to deal with her through the means of violence had left our party shaken and trust damaged. However, arriving at Nod, apologies and amendments were offered in the, or they were in the air, and the Monarch of Dreams, who said an apology and an explanation, were owed. The shimmering star-filled skies of the Sixth Borough, snow rising from the streets into the celestial heights. All of you exit the L train. Purple sparkling with gold, the unicorn skitters off into Nod. Exiting the train is the 6 of you. Nod, who begins to float towards a diner off in the distance in a pretty creepy way, by the way. Just sort of jet black eyes, unfocused, staring ahead. Who just moves through the mist? They don't move it. They are not taking steps. It's like a conveyor belt just sliding off into the realm. You see Alejandro walks off the train as well, takes his hat off, and just goes, "I cannot believe it. Not the land of dreams. This presents a ripe opportunity for some study. Oh, I can't believe it. I am seeing it here in the flesh and not through a crystal ball. This is incredible." Nod is already sort of progressing down. Can you guys roll me some perception checks, please?
With pleasure.
Characters. Double click that. Skills.
14.
Perception. Yikes.
10.
Nat 20.
Nice. All right.
You see that everything is a lie.
Okay. So, as you guys are walking through here, it feels really wild and fun. Here it's both creepy and whimsy here. There's a lot of noise coming around through Nod in different ways. Again, these are active dreams that are happening. So there's, different sounds of carnivals. There's different sounds of people who are at horse shows. Some people who just enjoy the city lights. That are of these different dreams. I would say that there are, at any given point, between 5 and 20 shooting stars crossing the sky here. And they do make kind of a whooshing sound that you can kind of hear just bubbling and chittering from inside these various buildings, although the streets are kind of open and not very populated here. Those of you who beat a 15 notice, as Tony walks through the realm, everything here is mist on the ground that goes up to about you guys' ankles. Where Tony walks, the mist has fully recedes from him. Just it's almost like he's in a pocket where there is no mist. It has fully left a full space where like I said, where there's no mist where he is. For you guys, it comes up to about your ankles. For him, he's like in a pocket. Yeah. So Tony walks on regular sidewalk that appears underneath him. And therefore, like, the snow, like, around doesn't hit him. That is, like, going upwards and, like, around you guys. It doesn't hit him at all. He's, like, in this little pocket space where it seems that all of this mysticism and whimsy doesn't seem to affect him. You look at this and, like, somewhat, it is somewhat melancholy as you look at it. The dream world is receding from Tony out of respect of his station and the power that he represents in the same way, that, like, you're able to tap into your, like, wild magic abilities. So it almost like you don't have a lot of control in the Unsleeping City. He doesn't have, like, any control or say so in Nod.
I think I'm the only person that noticed this
was
actually, because
about
I
to
think
say
I'm the
that. I was
only
like, I think
person
he's
that
the
rolled
one
high
that
enough.
So yeah, I guess so. You yeah, it's well, that's crazy. So Tony, you're the only one that notices that you're, like, completely being like it's being completely interactive with you being here. Yeah. So it doesn't appear to see, like, you guys are, like, looking around. It does. You guys have, like, these reflections in the water, this crazy, like, fun house mirror kind of thing. Tony, you're like, it's a full regular reflection for you. Like, your reflection remains your own. Doesn't change into something else. There's this, like, stoic silence that reflects, like, a deep sadness almost as you walk through this place. You guys follow Nod towards, like, the banks of the East River. You see that Nod just starts walking into the East River, like, fully just submerging into the water, and starts kind of, like, gliding effortlessly underneath the water through the East River. Do you guys follow?
Like,
Yeah.
he goes, like, is he fully submerged?
It's one of the, like, do you ever see in, like, movies where they walk under the water? Like, do you ever see, like, Pirates of the Caribbean where they jump off the ship and they just drop to the bottom, they walk along the bottom?
Yeah.
It's like that. He walks into it and it's, like, just gliding through it.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you guys
solid.
have fun walking underwater. I'm gonna take a nice
You don't
swim.
see that every
and
day.
Tony will start swimming in the river because obviously he will not be able to walk under the water.
Okay, so those of you who follow Nod, you guys all equally submerge. It seems the water exists purely as kind of, like, on the surface, and you guys go through. The sound of, like, the quality kind of converts to that of being underwater, but you're not wet. It just feels kind of chilly and brisk down here. The water almost, like, exists as, like, another, like, airy atmosphere. It's almost like you walk into the water and where you expect, like, to be wet and soaked and drenched, that doesn't happen. It is truly crazy. Tony, yeah, you try to go beneath the water. It doesn't. You go to dive in and the water parts, like, fully just parts. Rip. As you walk through it, you find yourself like there, like, gliding and, like, almost like walking through the water. It fully splits and you're just walking along the seafloor.
I just imagine Tony, like, diving into the water, getting ready to, like, swim, and then the water just moves around him and he just eats shit on the seafloor, and he's like, oh, I thought about that
Yeah.
wrong.
So
He just
you guys,
stands up.
you guys begin to walk along the floor of the East River. As you're walking along the floor, you see that there's, like, a bunch of, like, toilet seats filled with, like, treasure down here and bathtubs overflowing with, like, silver and gold coins. You see that there's, like, a little anchor that like, with chains covered in algae and sort of, like, the seaweed, that are these giant king-sized beds that are floating partially in the water. You see that each of those beds has, like, a little, like, mobster in a pinstripe suit, just, like, sound asleep in these, like, in the water. And you just see, like, a bunch of, like, fish swimming around them.
As Henry's walking through this, he's like, his jaw's dropped. He's just walking, and, like, he mutters to himself, like, what in the 10 Commandments is happening around here?
Roll me an insight check, Henry.
An insight?
Yeah, roll me an insight.
Hey!
Yeah, it is very much like this is not just otherworldly. This is like something that doesn't even happen in dreams. You're like, this is I've been drunk as like you've been blackout drunk. You've never had a dream
Sure
like
have.
this. Yeah, never had a dream like this. You guys continue on. You guys see this enormous diner that's at the bottom of the East River called Poseidon's Diner. You see that there's this huge statue of Poseidon holding up his trident at the top of it, and like a burger that is staked on top of the trident.
You're telling me you had the opportunity to have Poseidon and you didn't use it?
Poseidon.
Well, that's what you see. Giant statue of Poseidon, giant cheeseburger, like stabbed into the top of the trident. Inside is like chrome milkshake machines that form like this kind of crazy chrome countertop. You see, there's a bunch of like merfolk waitresses and wait staff, but they're just these very big, broad mermaid women, older, like in her 50s. She's like looking at like she's like outside with like a cigarette and these like horn rimmed glasses with a chain around them, like around the back of her head. Seashell bra. You see that then like a little waitress apron like around her fishtail, like her front and her fishtail swimming around. There's this little like name tag on the seashell bra that says Helen on it. You see that she goes, hey, you guys trying to sit down here? Trying to sit down and eat?
Yeah, I think that was the plan.
She puts out her cigarette. You see that she walks you guys to a table, hands you guys a little menu. She goes, take your time. Low-cal and vegetarian is at the very bottom. After the beverages on the last page.
Henry immediately flips to the beverages and see if there's anything alcoholic.
You see that they do have an alcoholic. It's just like a bunch of like fun little like sea themed like cocktails and stuff. It's not like just whiskey or just bourbon. It's like these crazy like flips on margaritas and cocktails.
All right. I'm gonna look at that for a little bit. I'll take a water and then I'll order a drink later.
She's like, yeah, you got it. You guys see that this menu is the thickest menu you've ever seen in the world. Gleaming dinner mints in like a silver bowl at the front, like in the middle of your table, and just a bunch of these mermaids sort of swimming around. You see that there's going to be like a lot of different Greek myths here. You see that there's like some dryads over in a corner. There appears to be like some tritons and various like different other sea folk. There's like a parking lot outside where there's a bunch of like hippocampi and these giant seahorses and stuff like that. So that's what you guys see. You guys if you guys see that because you see your dinner mints in the middle of your table, just kind of like there while she heads off to get you guys some drinks and stuff like that. You see in a corner booth, not sitting with you, Alejandro is like looking at some items, like almost like he's identifying. Well, I'll say this. Diego, you see that he's casting like identify spells. He's got some items that he's identifying.
Gotcha. I'm gonna walk over and sit next to him and ask him what the items are.
Okay, you guys, you head over to him, and he goes, Diego, you had all left the bodega before we finished with the police, and you see, it seems Anna and Amelia found some strange magical things that they wanted me to give to you. Truly some remarkable treasures from the bodega.
I'm gonna help him with the identify.
Okay, cool. You're doing that. Tony and Henry, can you give me perception or investigation checks, please?
Oh, sure
I'll do
thing.
perception. And when the waitress comes back, perception 17, I'm gonna order a salty dog.
Ooh,
Oh, I don't
heard.
see shit.
Henry, you notice Charlie hasn't changed her outfit like since she's been awakened. It's all
Here?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was here.
Yeah, you're all here.
Oh no, I don't want to be here then.
You don't want to be in the diner?
No, they all just threatened to murder me, like secretly.
Heard. So
Secretly?
they went off into the river. Where do you go? Like where do you want to head off to?
I just stay on the train.
Okay. The train, as you know, has gone to sleep. So it's just like dark with like night lights going on the inside. The face on the front of the train, eyes closed, fully loudly snoring with a little like pajama cap on. It looks like a little like Merlin wizard hat. The train is fully in snooze mode. Actually see that where the ticker is for the stops is just a bunch of Z's over and over again. So you're there. Um, but regardless, this perception check is still valid. You get here, see Alejandro is casting some magic on some items. You notice that as you get here that Charlie has not changed her. Like I said, Charlie hasn't changed really her aesthetic since you've met her. It's always kind of just been like workout kind of gear, stuff like that, like hoodies, sweatpants, stuff like that. Um, and she's kind of always wore think like Rocky, like always kind of like this Rocky outfit, um, including her fists have always been taped. Like when you would put them underneath like boxing gloves, you like would tape your knuckles. You kind of notice that as you step off and you head over here, you don't recall seeing her hands taped anymore. Um, like I said, and you notice that when you realize that Alejandro has been fully identifying these items. Keep that in mind. We go back to Diego, who is helping Alejandro identify some items.
I still notice that even though
The reason you remember it is because you see Alejandro has all of these crazy ass items. It's kind of like a thought that pops up in the back of your head, like you're being perceptive. So kind of like you notice this, right? You're just kind of like, oh, he's got some cool doodads. It's like you see he's got this crazy like a bottle of detergent, like there's like this bagel looking thing. All of these things you recognize are like magic items and gear, and like he's got like gloves, and you're like, oh wait, Charlie's gloves are missing. Like it's just to be something that you were perceptive about.
Are the gloves I see that he has look familiar to Charlie's?
They
Or is it just something that like triggers a thought?
It's something that triggers a thought.
Okay.
Okay. Diego, you're helping him do that. You see that Alejandro goes. He goes. All right. It seems that this here is called the honeyed grizzle. When you put it in your mouth, you have a honeyed words that can affect the hearts of those who you speak to. You see, it's this fully blinged out like gold and silver diamond grill. Um,
Actually, do we even notice Charlie's missing?
You
Can we roll a perception or
with
insight?
your perception check, you notice that she is missing.
I
I'd
don't
like
think
to
I
announce
noticed.
that.
Okay, what do you want to say?
Hey, anybody seen Charlie?
I thought she was with us. Honestly, I didn't even notice that she was gone.
Yeah, you definitely like look up. Like now that he said that, like look at your table, look at Alejandro's table, look around the diner. She's not in your booths. She's not in the diner.
Here we go again.
She goes to all that work to save this kid and then doesn't even fucking follow him in the dream.
We can take
Right?
care of these items later. I think it's better to just check up on Charlie right now.
You see that Alejandro goes, oh right. He goes, mijo, I'm not the
Where is Nod?
Nod.
Well, I think
Nod
it's
figured you followed them to the diner, but you kind of like kind of sneaked off into like deeper within the train. They don't seem to have noticed that you've gone.
I just want to make sure Nod wasn't with me.
No, it is weird. Can you give me like a perception, investigation, or insight check, please?
Who?
Charlie, sorry.
Yeah, we'll go with
Okay.
perception. My rolls are dookie.
That's fine. You don't know what this feeling is, but you have this feeling kind of like a weird split personality kind of feeling. Like you feel like that you're here, but you're not here. Almost like you looked around, you see that you're physically here. You know, like you take a second, you open and close your fist a few times. You're like, yep, that's my hand. But it feels like you're here, but also somewhere else. Like as if like a part of you is also not here. Like you feel like this weird absence in your kind of like in deep within inside of you, but you can feel that it's somewhere else. I know that sounds super archaic, but like that's the best way I can explain it to you.
I can also barely hear Charlie. Ask.
If I turn my own mic on, we're echoed on the fucking stream because he doesn't want to take his headphones out. So
Yep.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So you see that Alejandro leans to you, Diego. You see that he kind of like leans in to like really like kind of like almost whisper. And he's like, "Mijo, I agree with your train of thought, but my magic is not I don't think it works here, or at least in a very small quantity, a small fraction of what it normally is.
Is Alejandro at our table or is he at a separate table?
He's at a different table.
So I can't hear this.
You're welcome to make a perception check if you'd like.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. I mean, he
Henry
seems
ain't
to
paying
be
a lick
being
of
s-
attention.
he seems to be being silent about it, but Tony is big dumb. I rolled a 10.
Let me roll for Alejandro. Yeah, you cannot hear his conversation.
Okay.
Diego, again, you hear it perfectly fine as he's talking to you, but nobody else seems to
Mhm.
be able to. You hear like you're perceptive enough to see that he's leaning forward into Diego and whispering, you know, take that for what you want. But he's definitely like leaning forward and talking to one of your party mates in
Wait,
seclusion.
Yeah, okay,
Hmm.
that's fine.
so, Abuelo, like, so you saying that our magic doesn't work here?
It's not that it doesn't work. It is it is draining. It's almost like as if it's not a 100%. He goes, He goes, not to put any worry, but I am almost straining to cast this identify spell, this mundane, you know, low level wizarding spell. I am exerting a lot of energy to make sure that they can cast. It is
Can I try casting something to like get a more exact explication?
Sure. What do you want to cast?
Um, I just wanted to cast a cantrip, but I don't want to burn any spell slots on this.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wanted to
What do you?
cast
Yeah. What do you want to cast?
like prestidigitation on my coffee, like change it on like change it to like soda or something, and then go back.
Okay. Give me a Arcana check, please.
Yeah. 26.
Oh yeah. The spell comes out like you definitely are able to cast the spell. You see that
Mhm.
you can literally see the top of the drink though, like start to change color, but it is like bleed. Normally it's like a snap of the finger and it changes. It is like slowly bleeding like a gradient from one surface to the other. You can very much see that your magic is like not being counteracted, almost like it's being fought. Like it's like very slow changing. You get the grasp that your magic again, your pure wizarding magic is like you're out of your like you're in the wrong realm essentially. With a 26, not only are you able to cast it and it works, you grasp the reason that it isn't working, and that is because here in the dream realm, you don't have nearly enough pull since you don't cast dream magic. You cast pure arcane, you know, wizard magic. That is not the magic that is prominent here. So it'll work just at a very like diluted effectiveness.
Gotcha. Um, is there any way that I can modify my magic to make it work a little bit better, or?
Your magic will work. It's not that it won't work. It's
Yeah.
that it's like almost like you have to exert a little bit more energy, like a little bit more oomph into it. You get the feeling that as of right now, if you were to have a battle, like if you were to fight something right now, um, you would struggle with casting your spells. There's a
Okay.
there's a chance you're a very gifted caster. There's a chance that it'll definitely just work right? Like there's definitely like a solid chance that you think you can get it, but there's definitely also a equally, if not a slightly less chance that it won't work. Like it's almost like again, it's very diluted. Something is fighting you here. Um,
Hmm.
it's like the blood cells attacking. It's like your white blood cells like attacking a disease. It'll take time to kill the disease, and the disease will still run its course. Not you're saying that you're getting attention. It is definitely trying to fight you.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, I was just gonna give me a second. I'm gonna go check on Charlie. I'm gonna let Alejandro finish his casting.
Okay. Um, he does that. So yeah, he gives you that kind of word of warning. You guys, who are going to try and find Charlie, give me a survival check, please.
Yep.
Oh God.
Survival.
Yeah, survival.
Yikes.
Oh, you guys are having a bad time out there.
Does it have to be survival?
The rolls have been rolled. Suffer the fate.
Dear
He
God.
has spoken.
It
Charlie,
could always be
You're
worse.
are
lucky
you
not.
actively hiding, or are you just like taking that opportunity to be kind of just like like they left and weren't very perceptive that you stopped leaving, or are you hiding?
I'm like calling out
Um,
to Charlie, by the way.
I mean, I'm just chilling in the back of this train, pretty much.
You guys don't manage to you don't know where she went. This is a gigantic funhouse mirror version of New York City. So like she could be anywhere. Literally she could be anywhere. You see that um Nod looks at like your waitress returns. You see that Nod looks and he goes, "Yes, Helen, by the order of Nod, please, egg creams for the entire table." Um, and she gives him a nod, heads off, and she goes,
Gives him a nod.
"Hey."
Nod, nod.
Um, you see that
Nod, nod.
Nod not looking at you guys, like watching Helen leave, not necessarily like staring at Helen, just kind of drifting off into another space, is looking like in a weirdly obscure direction. They're not looking at a door, they're not looking out the window. They're kind of like looking at the wall where there's no painting. It's just like straight towards a wall. And you see that Nod says, um, "Your concern for your ally is admirable."
Can I confirm something real quick?
What's up?
So, did they just give up on looking for her once they couldn't find her and came back, or are they still out looking for her? And I'm the only person with Nod right now.
You see that they
I'm
haven't
still looking for
they
her.
haven't okay. So you guys have started to leave. They have left. They have not returned. You're the only one
Okay.
with Nod, so I guess Nod directs that to you.
You know, I'm a professor. I did some education, and in my time, I haven't really found how to handle personalities like Charlie's. Um, do you have any advice, or also just on the subject? This is like your realm, so like you know she's safe, right?
You see that Nod again doesn't make eye contact with you. It's just like staring weirdly at like an off corner at a wall. Goes, "Well, everything that has happened to Charlie is entirely my fault. My suggestion would be patience. There's not a whole lot I can offer, but I can say that when she fully grasps what it is she is capable of and what it is she can do, she will not only be a greater ally, but a greater friend." And you see that it goes, "And to answer your other question, yes, she is perfectly safe. I am looking at her right now."
That's creepy.
Tony's just gonna go. Tony's just gonna follow Nod's gaze into that like off corner, and Tony isn't gonna fucking say anything about it. Tony's just gonna assume that he can fucking see through walls. He's got fucking X-ray vision, and that's good enough for Tony. So Tony's just gonna look back at Nod, go. So you deity types and your diners, I met a buddy who he was a dragon, and he had this whole diner thing too, and it's crazy. It's like a small city, but it's so fucking huge. I probably shouldn't curse in front of it. Oh God.
He goes, you see that Nod goes, I am the monarch of dreams. I am older than you could possibly comprehend. I assure you, your profanity will not affect me in any way. As your words and my understanding of vocabulary are not on the same realm.
Uh, so those egg delights, they're gonna be out soon.
I do hope so. This place has a wonderful rating in terms of service time. And we cut over to, and we cut over.
Good shit. Good shit.
We cut over to Diego and Henry, who are out searching, with their terrible roles in terms of survival. You guys see that. Actually, I'm going to cut over to Charlie.
Oh, nice. I like being teased.
You, you're sitting there in your by yourself. What is going through Charlie's mind right now?
Currently, she's just pissed off. I mean, she does all this shit. She had to save a stupid baby she doesn't even like. She's away from her brother. She's hanging out with 4 fucking douchebags who just want to kill her. The only one who doesn't want to kill her is some weird Hispanic guy that she can't understand. Like, she's not in a good place.
Now,
You see, as you say that, you feel a wave of like empathy. It is truly sad. Like this feel of, you feel like this kind of this betrayal almost like that is over you, but it is not. It's not what you're feeling. Again, you have this weird. You're feeling something, and some other part of you is feeling something, as if you're two separate beings, like are both feeling something. You, in the now, you are feeling this betrayal and this kind of like anger and this like kind of like you don't know whose side you should be on. The other part of you is a true wave of sadness. Truly like a want, no, scratch that, a need for forgiveness. And it is like this and like this need to I, like this need to like I like to talk and to get that forgiveness from you.
From who?
It's this like I said, it's a feeling, but it's almost like a lure. You feel something is like almost like pulling you, kind of like come to come like please come to me. That's it. You don't want to follow. You just gonna do you so do you choose to just stay in the train?
I mean, it's just saying, come here. I don't know where the fuck that is. Do I have any, like, instinct of where it is?
The feeling doesn't give you a direct kind of like I am here, but it is so accurate. It's kind of just it is like an instinct, kind of. It is kind of like an instinct, like you know this place, but you don't know this place. You've never been here in detail, like right. You never like truly like when it come around this place. But a part of you knows this place like the back of your hand. Like I cannot stress this like weird split personality feeling that you're getting. You're like, I've definitely never been here. I've definitely never walked around this place and gotten familiar with it. But there's this other half of you that is like, I know this place like the back of my hand. You know where to find me.
So if I started walking, I would just know where to go?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, just start walking.
You leave the train. So you leave the train, and coming up the stairway, kind of like that cloudy stairway that Nod had went down from when you first left the train. You see Henry and Diego are coming up.
Immediately turn around, like direction, purposeful hiding, like go to the back of the train, like I will exit a different way to not be around them.
Roll me a stealth check, please. And then
Can
the
I
two of
roll
you,
for a
roll,
perception?
both of you roll perception.
Good luck.
Diego, you don't see her, but Henry, you see her kind of like duck back in when the doors open. She ducks back in and is trying to like hide just below the window line to go towards the back and where the car like become like that little connection piece that connects the cars together where it's like an outdoor to an indoor. You see her like trying to sneak back towards there.
Oh, hey, there she is. Charlie, what are you doing?
No response. I just continue walking.
Okay.
Charlie, you okay?
Am I now at the door by this point?
Yeah, you got into the back of the train, and like now you begin to open that door that leads into the next car.
Hey, quick question. Is she like Charlie or is she like werewolf Charlie?
She's regular Charlie currently. Actually, no, you're a
okay.
Nod. You are werewolf Charlie.
Ooh.
But here's the thing. It's almost like the body of werewolf Charlie, but werewolf Charlie is very aggressive, very
Aggressive
Very
and like very hulkish.
yeah.
She's kind of Bruce Banner. She's fucking smart Hulk right now. Ew.
Yeah. So you immediately clock. She looks one way, and she should be acting a certain way, but she's acting actually the opposite way. She looks like she should be attacking you, but in fact is running away, and that is unlike what Wolf Charlie would normally do.
But is she like panically like running away from us?
It's more like a determined walk. Like her head is down. She's at a fast pace. She's not even looking back.
Okay. So what is your movement speed, Charlie?
I think 50. Yeah, 50.
Okay.
Why do I have 25 wounds?
Well, you were just in combat, so you had damage from
Oh
one.
yeah, oh yeah.
All right. I mean, like, Henry just says like, "Hey, Charlie, where you going?" And like he like starts like trying to keep up, like using like the seats of the train to like push himself, like not like fast, but like you know how if like you're walking to the back of a bus, like you tap the back of the seats, kind of like give you that little oomph.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Um, can I? Oh, give me a second. I forgot the name of the spell. Can I? Oh, what's the one that you just teleported? Misty Step. Can I Misty Step like next to her?
Easily. You very much like again. You feel like that tug, kind of like
You can bring anybody on a Misty Step, right? It's just you.
yeah. Misty Step is just you.
Okay, I was gonna bring Henry, just like grab him, and bring him with me.
You see
would be so
Henry.
confused.
Henry is like running, kind of like trying to run after her, using the seats to like give himself that extra push. But Henry, are you running or are you walking?
I mean, I'm not running. I guess technicality would be still walking.
Okay. And Diego, you're
But that's still
misty-stepping.
45 feet.
Agreed. Diego, you're misty stepping. Where do you want to misty step to?
Right next to Charlie.
Okay, you see that that mist completely swallows Diego, like almost like pushes him into the ground, fully swallows him, drops him to the ground with a as it disperses, and that same mist pours in through the windows and fully like appears like in front of you. Like as you open the door into the next car, that mist pops him into the car right in front of you.
As she
So
like
you
walks
can.
in, it like the poof scares her, and she kind of like falls backwards and hits the wall. And she kind of like crawls like with her, you know, talking about like with her feet. She like scoots backwards against the wall. She's like, Jesus, fuck! If you're gonna fucking kill me, just do it, okay? Because none of you ever give a fucking shit about me, anyways, okay? Just fucking. Oh God,
What are you talking about?
don't act stupid.
Tell me when I'm there.
You're
Gotcha. Okay.
she's fully fallen prone and has like movement speed 0. You are you have approached. You're there.
All right.
Look,
Hey,
what,
where you going,
Charlie?
kid?
Why don't you just tell us what's going on through your head right now? We don't want to hurt you. At least I don't.
We literally noticed you
And
weren't there.
I'm not gonna
and
let
got
anybody else
concerned.
hurt you.
I don't want to hear a damn word from your drunken lips, bitch. All you fucking do is talk shit, act like a douchebag, and yeah, I heard you talking to Spanish old man over there, okay? I heard everything you guys said. I don't want to be here. I don't want this happening to me. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for any of you fuckers.
Charlie, just all right. I I see somehow you heard the conversation we had at the Gramercy. It was wrong to have that conversation without you. I
Well,
disagree with my grandfather on that. I do not agree that we should do the things he said we should. Do you understand that? I'm on your side, Charlie.
Yeah, well, it's not fucking doing me any good now, is it?
I mean, you're still alive, aren't you?
Like,
No, thanks to you.
Oh, really? Really? You're telling me that we didn't just fight side by side against undead cops?
You saved your own ass, just like you always do. I had to save
I
the
do.
stupid baby.
Me? You know how many times I've been eaten by alligators, knocked unconscious by uncops?
Yeah,
You know how
and
many
who the
times
fuck
I've
pulled
almost
you
died?
out of the water? Who the fuck pulled up an alligator? Who the fuck has been by
You
all
did.
of your sides this
You're right.
entire time just for you to go behind my back and say that you're totally okay with putting me down just because I'm a little weird, a little not used to this world, okay?
I agree with you. That was not okay, and I was not happy
You're
when we had
right.
that conversation.
No, look, I am gonna bullshit you. I did say that. But you know why I said it? Because I know if I was in your shoes and I was just getting on a drunken rampage and killing people, you wouldn't hesitate to break my neck.
Yeah, but that's the thing now, isn't it? Where do
That's
you
the
see me
thing,
on the
huh?
drunken rampage? Where do you see me doing any of this on purpose?
But you're
'Cause I
not.
don't.
You're not. Right?
Yeah, we know you're not doing any of this on purpose. Like, this is not. We're not saying this is your fault. You're not at fault here for anything.
Look,
We just we just want what's best for the city. Like, you have a big job
no,
to
no, no.
play.
Because if we did want what was best for the city, I bet a lot of other people would vote to just put the dog down, huh? Because that's what happens.
Look, there's no
But no,
doubts. It's not dangerous.
but we didn't do that because we have
Look,
faith.
she's
Because we
not
think that
dangerous.
Charlie.
No way she is, dude.
Faith? Faith. You just haven't had a chance yet, fucker.
What do you mean?
Charlie, we're not gonna let anything happen to you. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. Don't
Look,
listen
we
to
came
my.
looking for you because we were
Don't
concerned,
look. Don't listen
not
to
to
my
hunt you
grandfather.
down.
You came looking for me
He's
because you guys
no
are the only ones who rolled high enough. Kidding. Ha ha ha.
Look, he's done some really messed up stuff in the past. He served in a couple wars. He's done some things he's not proud of. It gave him a cold heart, and that's not who I am. I'm not gonna let that happen to you. I'm gonna take over the Gramercy one day. It's I won't let that happen. We can work together. Like, we can help you learn and be able to control these abilities you have.
Look, if you can somehow promise stupid mustache man isn't gonna try and attack me or my brother, I mean, for God's sakes, he's 11.
Your brother.
Okay, I don't
Why
think
would anybody attack your brother?
Yeah,
If you come up
nobody's
next to me, you
coming
go
after you,
through.
bro.
Oh, come on.
Charlie, I promise you, nobody's coming after you, brother.
It's one thing to like hunt people, but you don't bring kids into it. Even a drunk knows that. He like he takes a big swig of his flask.
You realize as you drink your flask, it's like, given what's been happening to you, Diego, and how much time has passed, you take a full swig of water.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm gonna.
Fucking spits
Can I?
immediately out the window.
Can I
But
like
at the
secretly
same time,
say like the water again into alcohol?
wait, what?
Can I use precipitation again on the water to turn it into alcohol?
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
But like Henry like licks his lips like, man, I don't think I've had water in like since the war. And like Henry starts to take another drink, but like he like shimmers it down like it was his first shot.
Dude, your skin looks kind of a little bit clear.
You know, you two are both fucking idiots. You're lucky I don't hate you.
You don't.
Which one is it? I thought you what? Do you hate us or not hate us?
You were running away from us, Charlie. So, which one is it? Yeah.
Look, man. I look like a fucking Rottweiler, okay? My brother has cancer. You people have been trying to kill me?
Not once have I tried to kill you.
You've thought about it. That's really
Nah,
all that matters.
We kind of talked about it.
But if you can learn to control that magic, I can show you ways that you cannot look like a Rottweiler anymore. I can teach you.
That's
Do a whole
not
new
the
world.
point.
I
Anyway.
know it's not. I'm just telling you, you can control this, and there's a lot of stuff you can do with it.
Look.
You ever-
Two pies, milkshake, and a double deluxe burger, and I'm on your side. Because I know you
Done.
guys went to a diner.
You
Done.
say that the minute you're just like, I know you went to a diner. You're like, why do I know you went to a diner? There's like definitely like a light bulb goes off. You're just like, wait a minute. Why do I know that?
So Charlie puts her hand out like in a handshake and basically gives you a look of like, so do we have a deal?
I mean,
Remind
Yeah.
you, she's also on the ground, so it's half do we have a deal, half can you help me up?
look, like I'll help you up, but I'm broke as hell. Like I left that
Yeah.
place, and I ordered drinks, and then I looked at my wallet, and I realized I have $0. But I got you on whiskey water.
Diego goes to like shake her hand, but he actually goes for like a fist bump, and he's like that weird thing where he's like kind of like half fist bump, half handshake.
I mean, like I still offer to help you up though.
Well, Charlie
Diego
is-
said like, yeah, you're gonna stay down there.
Charlie is standing at this point, and she just kind of kicks her feet. She's like, okay, well, let's fucking go, I guess.
All right. Well, that's an improvement.
Yeah, the three of
that
you
went well.
regroup and you begin to head back towards the diner. And like in a weird kind of way, you guys notice Charlie didn't follow you to the diner, but almost knows exactly which way to go to the diner. And with that, we're going to take a quick little break. See you back here in a few.
Kale.
Already?
I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee.
You guys arrive at the diner. You see that as you guys sit down, your egg creams come to the table. Those. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Can you describe to me what an egg cream is?
Yeah. So, egg cream is an old, like, Depression era New York delicacy. It's like, what is it? It's like chocolate. It's like chocolate syrup seltzer. There's no egg in it, so it's like I don't know, carbonated hot chocolate kind of. Yeah. So it's just milk. It's basically like sparkling chocolate milk.
Think like eggnog.
That
but,
sounds awful.
Not for everybody. Like it's not for everybody. Yeah, it's like it's like a low rent milkshake from the era of like the Great Depression. You see that Nod is sitting. So you move into the booth. Nod is sitting opposite of you, and Tony, you notice Nod, like their head was like moving, like after you guys started having your conversation and like following something that wasn't there, all the way until Charlie walked into the door and sat across from them.
That's so
Creepy.
Yeah, you see Nod looks at you, and like looks like very much like this little kid whose like beloved older brother is just like come back from college or something, like the way that they stare at you. You see that Nod smiles, and you see that it goes, as I have stated before, welcome, all of you, to the Dream Realm. Nod, I am so happy that you're here. And Charlie, I am so very sorry that you are. But thank you for saving my life.
Fuck you, you little booger.
I owe
Probably
you.
be nice.
I
no way
owe
to talk
you.
to a nebula.
I owe you an apology and an explanation.
Yeah, you fucking think that and a double chocolate milkshake.
Helen, dear, by the order of Nod, please bring us a double chocolate supreme milkshake. On the double.
And a hot chocolate from our best friend out there, Nita.
Shout out. You see that Helen's like got it, heads off. You see that she goes. You see that Nod goes. Dark forces are moving against the will of New York City. both in the waking world and the dreaming. Every so often, in a time of great peril and change, it has fallen to me, the Grey Orphan of New York, to select a champion to fight for and advocate the power and wield that power of the dream realm. Because of the dismissal that most humans give to their dreams, forgetting them upon waking, I mean, the cynicism and realism that pervades most people's waking minds, the dreaming cannot send a message to this champion beforehand, because these messages would be dismissed and batted away. And even you, Charlie, for so long believed your role as the Vox Phantasma was simply an illusion or some kind of hallucination. I had originally chosen a different child in hopes that their very potent ability of dreaming would suffice, but they had used that power to designate another.
Did you put some magic hooboo juboo shit on my brother?
That was the intention originally, yes. We believed that while they were not physically able, their projection of dreaming would act in their stead, but it seemed that he lacked confidence in himself.
Charlie walks forward, punches the baby.
You walk forward, crack! It is a loud, sickening crack that truly, like, you see that the head turns, and, like, it's like hitting a doll. It turns and then comes back.
She's like, fuck you! He's 11 years old. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You put him in this crazy, messed up shit, which then got me in here? I hope you fucking poop your diaper.
Henry's egg white just falls out of his mouth.
Splat. You see that Nod, whose face has not, like, their expression has not changed, goes, Charlie, dear, I am extremely old, and therefore, age does not have an occurrence or a pervasive shift to me as it does for you. I understand that he, being young, would pose a concerning state of wellness upon you. However, for me, I unfortunately can only see potential, and his potential is truly impressive, if not terrifying.
I don't give a shit how powerful you think he is, okay? You stay the fuck away from him. He's dealt with enough in his life.
I can see where you stand, and so I am glad that the state of responsibility has in fact changed hands. I imagine you believed you are going crazy in the moment, and I am so sorry for that. You see Nod looks over and says, so, unfairly and unfortunately, the only way for me to make contact with you as the Vox Phantasma is to just choose one, since I was unable to give you a message beforehand.
Look, I'll do whatever you need. I'll be the fucking Fantastic Four, Tasma, whatever. Just leave me alone, man.
Of course. And if I haven't stated before, you saved my life, and I think for whatever it's worth, Charlie, you're pretty good at being a hero. You see that Nod's demeanor changes to more of like a serious tone as they peer out of the window into the vast realm of the dreaming version of New York.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Are you saying they because he's, like, genderless, or because he's two entities, one being myself?
Primarily the genderless thing.
Cool.
Physically, it looks like a boy who's wearing a dress. That's pretty much what it physically looks
He's
like.
wearing a dress. I just imagined him like a cherub with, like, a big diaper on.
No, it looks like a young boy, with like black void eyes, and
But
a
is he
dress.
wearing a diaper?
No way to know. You see that, so yeah, you see they look out and they say, there is some business, however, to discuss, which is that one Robert Moses is moving against the cities, both yours and mine.
What is up up with that bloodsucker? I mean, he's at a wedding eating people who want to be eaten, which I'm still not totally sure of. And he's somehow some big boss. Like, I just don't get the whole situation.
Robert Moses constructed what the Gramercy Occult Society understands as the Highway Hex. You see that Alejandro's eyes go wide as Nod says that and goes, "No, I cannot believe that to be true. Uh, this that cannot be." You see that Nod sort of acknowledges what he says and just goes, "Mr. Moses wanted wealth and power above all else, and therefore sold his soul to both hell and to fairy." You see that Nod looks up and just goes, "If nothing else, Robert Moses is one of the most proficient deal makers and power brokers of all time. By selling his soul to hell and to fairy, he was able to capitalize on both sources of magic and both sources of power. And for the most of his living career, and when the time came for him to die, neither party could collect without risking angering the other faction. He made a deal with Fairy first, knowing that their bureaucratic record keeping would be insufficient and wouldn't reach hell in time. You see that Nod says, "I do not know Robert Moses' plans. I do not know what he is doing or why he is moving against us, but I do know that his mind is fixed on that thing which Charlie has summoned forth at the beginning of receiving the powers of the Vox Phantasma, which is what I was referencing when I mentioned the words of Lazarus to you."
So, if we kill him, are we gonna make Fairy and Hell pissed off then?
Perhaps as it stands, both of them wish to collect his soul, which both think the other has, which neither of them have, in fact.
So essentially, this guy cheated his way into immortality, is what you're saying.
I suppose in a way that is correct. I'm gonna ask you guys something as a DM to his players. Would one
Okay.
of you be so kind as to share Emma Lazarus's The New Colossus? You can Google it if you need.
I was like, yeah, do you want us to Google it? In case you're wondering, we also had this conversation. If you don't know who Emma Lazarus is, she is the wife of one of the builders of the Statue of Liberty, like when they first built it in France. And she was also a person of the people. So like she was a poet, a writer, a freedom fighter kind of person. She was very much like, you know, everyone should be happy and like peace and world, blah blah blah, very hippie. And when they built the Statue of Liberty, one of her poems was sorry, I burped. One of her poems one of
That's a
her
very
poems
good poem.
one of her poems was written on the tablet that Lady Liberty holds, and is also like placed in the Statue of Liberty as like a little like museum, like mourning to her. But she is also like the Lazarus, kind of, I guess. I haven't really figured this part out yet. That we've been hearing. So that's cool, but I still don't know all of it.
You're welcome to Google it. And
No,
for anyone who wants to read it.
You want us to quote this?
I want you to read it.
Oh, you want us to read her Wikipedia page for the stream?
No, I want you to literally look up the New Colossus and just read the New Colossus.
Oh,
It's
the poem.
the poem she wrote that she put on the tablet.
Emma Lazarus, New Colossus. Do you have this pulled up on stream, or does stream?
I technically do.
Not on stream, but we're here for ambience. So
Does stream need a narrator?
yeah, you narrate, read the poem.
Oh wow, it's short.
I would suggest that you guys as characters listen to the poem for whichever character is going to be reading it. So, whenever you're ready.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome.
Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
At the words golden door, clap, 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 clap. Charlie, you feel above the sky, like deep into the vast void of the dreaming. Uh, here in the dreaming, here in New York City, a flash of memory of the golden rectangle that first appeared when you first appeared in dreaming. The big burning rectile that carved its way in, like when you were falling through the dreaming for the first time, and you hear a voice as that memory triggers. Start spreading the news. That voice that was when the rectangle carved in. You see, Nod looks up and goes, "The golden door." Lazarus was the most powerful vox phantasma, maybe in her time, but of all time. In the mid 1800s, she was the voice of dreams, and the dream behind the golden door was the was what most tempest tossed were seeking.
So, freedom.
You see that Nod kind of actually like nods to your response and goes, "The mother of exiles, lift her lamp besides the golden door. Prosperity, opportunity, freedom." You see that the black eyes shimmer like a shining black onyx. A dream. Which dream would all want?
World peace? What?
Opportunity?
Freedom. Money.
We all just start spitballing like
You see the Nod like you see the Nod like crosses their fingers and just begins to like very deeply think on it. She goes, "Send the homeless, tempest tossed to me. Dream, dream, dream. What is it they want?" There is a
Does
light
the
bulb.
dream come true?
You see the light bulb goes off. That's it. Dream, not just any dream. The American dream. A very powerful dream indeed. You see that Nod looks and kind of looks to you and says, "When you have a dream, you will a little piece of wish or a figment into the waking world. It can become magic, a moment, a flash, a joke, a little bit of joy. There are dreams that are so large and important that they represent a threat to the cosmos. If they are brought into the waking world, they're called paragons. Dreams of such magnitude and importance that's causing them to manifest in the waking world would break or rupture them. There have only been 3 paragons before this one. The golden door is what we call a paragon doorway. It is something that is created when a dream is so powerful that its meaning keeps moving back and forth between the dream and the waking. The golden door exists because there are people that came here looking for it. All their belief in it, questing after it, it means that it starts to become realer and realer the more that look for it. These doorways happen and they represent a success of a dream becoming so important, but also a great danger in its ability to be pulled into the waking world. There are 3 before this, and they were all not even anywhere near this part of Nod. those being the Pearly Gates, the mouth of hell, and the road to fairy. Uh, any of you can make an intelligence check or I'll say a history check.
Just raw
Wouldn't that
He
intelligence.
said the the ferry road, the road to hell. Did I hear hell right?
The mouth to hell, yes. There is a strange misconception in the historic belief of what the entrance to hell is, that it is some sort of infernal gate, when in fact it is a large gaping maw that swallows all it approach.
Oh,
So let me just get something straight here. So what's so bad about the American dream getting pulled into the waking world? Like, isn't that a good thing? Like, that's the embodiment of freedom.
what?
I think it depends on who summons the American dream.
Well, I'm like referring this question to like Nod.
Oh, gotcha.
How do I explain this? And you clock this. You had a 23 in your history, so you get what Nod is trying to say. So you're pretty much you kind of both come to
I
the
don't.
realization together. There's this light bulb moment that you have as Nod explains what dreams are. Like you see that they form this like cloudy like little memory in their hand. It's just like a kid on a swing set who like ends up going like on a swing set whose dad comes home and explains it like he's gonna take him to a baseball game and they get to explain a baseball game. Uh, Dreams have many meanings. So the American dream to one may not be the American dream to another. However, when it is a dream, it has all of these meanings, not just one. In fact, uh, Charlie, Charlie, you become when you became the Vox Phantasma, you became the representation of all dreams, not just one, which is why your magic is so chaotic. It is it is the infinite possibilities. Your magic is the very literal like embodiment of dreams. It's so chaotic and there's so many different outcomes because that's what a dream is. One baseball game to a kid isn't the exact same baseball game or meaning of which to another. They all mean different things and represent different things despite them being one common denominator. Um, you see that Nod goes, but when you take a dream from the dreaming and you bring it to life, all things that it could be die, and all the only what it is survives. What that means is it
That's
it,
dark.
it loses all possible possibilities it could be and maintains that singular meaning for whoever brought it in. So, that one kid who went to a baseball game, because they love the Yankees, right? That's what that dream is now. For everybody else, it is just like for the kid who went to a baseball game because that was their first baseball game, or the kid that went to the baseball game because, you know, their dad finally came home after, let's say, after a war, after not seeing them for 8 years. You know what I mean? And they finally get to spend time with their dad. That dream dies. The dream of that's your first baseball game. That dream dies. The kid who met their favorite baseball player and their dream that was literally their dream. That dream dies. All of these possibilities die, and the only dream that exists is that one that it is.
So is it like random?
Random. Heavens no, Henry. All of these dreams are what you make of them, which is the beauty. They are all things, all possibilities of this dream. Taking it from the dreaming into the waking would make it the dream of whoever brought it in.
Ah.
Dreams shouldn't just have one meaning. Not dreams that big, and certainly not dreams that important.
So, like, what if the person bringing the dream in, what if their dream was for it to be everyone's dream? Would that work or no?
I would say that is the noblest possibility. But when faced with what your truest dream is, I fear there simply aren't that many, if any, great souls who would put their dreams on the back end so that others may have their dreams as well.
Fucking shut up,
I
Henry.
hate you. I hate you.
Fucking shut up, Henry.
Sorry.
I
All
fear
right.
that if Robert Moses is after the American dream, it would be his version of the American dream that lives, while everyone else, all those who came for immigration purposes, those to escape a worse life to a better one, all of their dreams would die. However, the Paragon doorway lies locked, and I believe that. Okay, within the aspect of all things happening here in Nod, Char- Char- Charlie saved me from Robert and is no longer allowed, and he's no longer allowed to come here. There is a degree in which the Golden Doorway has already started to slip into New York. Since Emma Lazarus wrote that poem, it's been partially there in the waking world, but mostly it is still here in Nod, and I have taken precautions. Robert Moses can't come here, and the Paragon doorway is locked, thus cannot be opened.
So how do we get out?
You may leave as whenever you wish. I refer to the Paragon doorway, the golden doorway that sits next to that sits by the Statue of Liberty. It remains locked.
Uh,
So, let me ask you this. This is like your realm, right? So, like, everybody's dreams are in here, yeah?
Yes.
So, what is Robert Moses's American dream? What exactly are we fighting to stop?
Unfortunately, I cannot see Moses. You see that like their eyes. It is the creepiest feeling. Their eyes, like imagine their eyes going wide. So it is these giant round black mirrors into nothingness, and it is almost like you're being fully sucked in and being swallowed by them as they begin to rapidly comb the entire realm of Nod. You see that he goes, Nod goes, I cannot see Robert's dream. I don't know what Robert does or doesn't know about this place. Robert isn't just another humanoid or creature that lives in the waking world. He is or was undead, but now he is undreaming. And though he cannot come here other than physically, I cannot see him.
Well, couldn't we possibly get help from Hell or Farry? I mean, if they all fucking hate his guts.
That would require an investigation on your part, which you are welcome to do. In fact, I would I would recommend perhaps seeing where these doorways are, what the state of them are. Maybe then we can get a step ahead of Moses. So long as he does not have a key to the golden doorway, I believe that we are fine, that we are safe.
Where does he find the key?
Um, I would say anybody here, roll me a wisdom check, please. Just like a raw wisdom. So like, roll me a go ahead for purposes. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a save or is it a wisdom check?
It's
'Cause
not a save, but I'm allowing you to add your proficiency bonus. So just roll a saving throw because that's what it is.
well, if it's a saving throw, I get +6.
8. 8.
Tony, you're immediately like, key. That's the word that clicks for you. You guys just came from Astoria with the fight with the Dream Bugsters. There was a key that was stolen, and Diego, you remember like magically offering your 2 cents about what that key was. There was a key that was stolen, which perhaps might have the ability to open something like the Paragon doorway.
Okay. This is not good. Guys, this is not good.
What?
Wait, do I know this? Because I rolled pretty bad on the wisdom save.
Like, I would say that Tony, do you share this do you share this memory that you have? Do you share it?
Yeah, I would share it.
Okay, then yeah, Diego, you know.
Guys, like somebody stole the key of the city from the bodega. I think they might be trying to use it to open a door for a Paragon
Well, we know what we need to do next, then I guess.
and kill Moses. Cause I'm in.
Or get the key. Jesus.
Would the
Hey.
would the key work though if it's only part of the doorway that's in the real world?
Diego, give me a Arcana check, please.
For
Henry's
show.
just going in on these egg whites.
Gee,
Henry's
rolling
just
like
been
that.
chomping on these
14.
fucking eggs.
That's plenty. You immediately you're very much just like a walking encyclopedia. The minute they're just like, does it even have the power to open the Paragon doorway? And you're like, yeah, the creation of the key to the city is the infusion of all three factions who put their abilities into the key. And it's not meant to be because of the existence of the Unsleeping City. The waking world would never have access to its power. It's just like a key to the city that's given to like those who showed the ability to be able to protect it. So whoever was at the bodega, which if you recall was nobody except a cat. There was just a cat there. Wasn't just holding it because they did a bunch of community service. They were holding it because they were probably some sort of magical being whose job it was to protect it. You know for a fact if it has celestial power in it, it can open the Pearly Gates. If it has fiendish power, it can open the mouths of hell. And if it has Sealy power, fairy power, it can open up the gate to fairy. All three of them, that's plenty of energy to open up an unaligned golden doorway.
Okay, so hold up, give me a second, because maybe I'm not getting this right. So do you need 3 keys or just 1 key?
No, all three of those power types are in the one key, the key to the city.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, guys, shit. He's almost done. He has the key of the city, and that has the power of all 3 of the I guess magical boroughs of New York. So we gotta get on this like yesterday, dude.
So what the fuck is his American dream? Diminishing all 3 of the realms? In that case, he couldn't
I
die
mean,
because they wouldn't come for him.
can I roll a history to see if I've heard of Robert Moses before by name?
Yeah, go ahead. I would say roll this with advantage, please.
Oh, thank you for the advantage.
You're gonna eat those egg whites.
Yeah, you see that Henry's kind of doesn't get this super technical talk. Everybody's just like, I mean, magically speaking, if celestial blood and fiend blood and blah
18.
blah blah, and he's just like clink, like cutting up his eggs and just eating them. You see that at this point he's on his 3rd or 4th plate, Like this whole time, Helen's been coming back and like refilling his drinks and giving him new
Um,
like more food.
I, I want to order a mimosa.
Most
Heard.
places don't sell mimosas after like
After like
10:30.
10:30, yeah.
What time is it? I thought this was a breakfast joint.
No. um,
Um,
you see that you with your 18, you remember like for again walking encyclopedia. You and Alejandro have had this conversation, like kind of in passing when you're referring to like the history of New York. Robert Moses is in fact like, a real person from history. He did a lot of infrastructure on what is modern day New York City as far as like building the roads and building like contributing to the building of the city. He also built what is called the Highway Hex. In other words, it was built as a kind of safeguard about using magic, like what magic can and cannot be used in certain places.
all right.
Yeah, you also know that like so yeah, the highway hex was made so that like again, if you were in one spot and you wanted to cast a giant, you know, genocide spell, you wouldn't be able to. Like there's the highway hex stops you from doing it, and stuff like that.
Okay, well, so you say he was basically like a banker, right? Money dude, basically.
As far as you know, he is a like a banker, broker, deal maker kind of guy. Like he probably owns he probably is probably on the terms of like the more towards the ends of like hedge funds and stuff like that.
Um, um, guys, I imagine his American dream is probably not the good kind of American dream. It's the
Oh,
kind of
really? What would have give that away? The fact that he eats people, or the fact that he, I don't know, tricked the devil?
Diego,
honestly, to
real
me,
quick,
the fact that he's like a dude with a lot of money.
Diego, you also know this, um, and this is a hint. I'm not gonna tell you, but this is a hint. If he were to somehow bring the Paragon doorway into the waking world, there would be no way to open it. Like it wouldn't open regardless if he had a key because of the highway hex, right?
Gotcha.
Uh, he would need a way around that, around the highway hex that states that you can't use magic from the same realm in the same realm.
So then he doesn't have to. He can open the gate in hell or heaven or fairy or well here. I mean, right?
Yes, and you remember specifically there is a rule in magic. There is an axiom, a rule in magic that is that loophole.
Um, well, we need to make sure that he doesn't like create that door in the first place.
Well, think of it like this. I don't think he can go to hell or the fairies because they have a claim to his soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he went there, they'd just take his soul, or would they not do it because they don't want to piss off the others?
I
I'm
think
confused.
I
But
think they don't care. I
if
think they would just
he
take his
he has
soul.
no alignment to the Celestials, so wouldn't he go to the Celestials to do it?
I don't think heaven will help with something like that. That's a bit of a stretch. Isn't
I
heaven
mean,
supposed
what
to
if
be
Heaven
like
didn't know?
good? What do you
That
mean they
that's
didn't know?
so he's a con artist. What? I doubt they'd take it, but like he could just sell his soul to heaven.
That's actually a good point. Do we have
I
any
don't
kind
know.
of
I would assume that they would have it under record that he's already sold his soul. So I don't know if that's an option. But I've been awake for what, approximately like 3 days. I don't know shit.
so? Do we have any point of contact with heaven where we could keep an eye on what's going on there?
You would need to. I can only offer my power in the dreaming. Well, shall I say that we could only offer our power in the dreaming? And you see that he references Charlie when he says it.
Wait, not. Quick question: is there a door to heaven and hell in the Unsleeping City, in New York? Wouldn't there be a door to heaven and hell everywhere? Are they? Is it? Can you go to all of them to New York, or can you? Is it kind of like interconnected?
Well, because Nod is a reflection of the city, what you could find there, you could find here.
And the people who are in the New York wouldn't be able to see us, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so then
The
we
only way to
go
access
through the door to heaven here.
the only way to access the realm of Nod is to either be of Nod or, well, to enter dreaming, to sleep.
And can we do that consciously?
Yeah, I don't want to fuck with that. Last time that happened, I brought these weird bug things out and they killed people.
You see that Nod goes, and again, I apologize for not explaining what it is that your power entails. You are my chosen, Charlie. You exist as my Vox Phantasma. Your powers,
Well, I'm more like second best, second picked. You know, I'm not all that special if you're really talking.
well, in order for me to choose a Vox Phantasma, I must give them a portion of myself. You exist as I exist. This is your realm as much as it is mine.
Okay, Voldemort. Fucking creepy ass. Not Harry Potter over here.
If you'd like, I can I can give you something that would not only give you more control of the chaotic natures of dream magic, but something that would instate you officially as my Vox Phantasma, should you wish to carry the crown.
Oh, you should take that. I got this sick ass telescope. It's been awesome. You should take magic gifts. Go, 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 go. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
But
Also, you
Hey,
should
we
train.
could
You should
pass a
train
magic
under
gift around.
the weird magic dream kid. You could get a reign on those powers you've got. I didn't get that opportunity.
Tony, you know we never talk, and now here you are. You never talk to me.
Look, I'm trying to get a reign on my own shit. I don't really have time to get into other people's shit all the time. I'm in the same boat as you with like I just got this giant ass responsibility thrust upon me and I don't even know what the fuck's going on around me anymore. So let me tell you though, this telescope's been really fucking good to me.
Alright. I'll fucking take your word for it. I'll take the. As long as it's not some weird, like, I have to actually wear a crown or, like, wear a weird sash or, like, a. Like, a.
Tony just kind of looks at Charlie's outfit and is like, "Yeah, that's not the case already."
you see that Nod was in the middle of like pulling something from under the table, and immediately like puts their hands back under the table, and there's like this purple light that starts to glow from under the table.
If there's a fucking ugly ass hat under there, I swear to God, I'm gonna clock you again.
A hat? No, I would never give you a hat. You see that Nod goes kind of serious, and just goes, "But Charlie, I cannot stress this enough. Once you've taken the mantle of the Vox Phantasma, It is not one you can simply give away. At least not to anyone. You would need to find somebody whose dreams are stronger than yours, or someone who's physically, willfully stalwart enough to carry the torch instead of you. You would be accepting wholeheartedly the responsibilities of the Vox Phantasma.
So death do us part, I guess.
Better than your brother.
Fuck you.
You see, Nod, uh, Nod looks to you and says, "Very well. If you've accepted your responsibilities, then I have no choice but to honor your wishes." And you see that Nod floats from the table, and like not small, so they're floating about like a foot or two from the table, and they're holding a like giant green, like dark green like robe. It's like a hooded robe.
All I can imagine is fucking what is his name? He's a boxer. What is his name? He's like the boxer with the thank you, Mike Tyson, with the green hood, and he's just like walking around, but it's like silk and ugly. Oh man, okay, I'll take it.
The box.
Please did the rope give you a lift?
You see that Nod flies behind you, puts your hands into it. It is in fact like a boxer's like athletic robe. It only comes up to about your elbows. It is super shiny, possibly made from some kind of sort of silk or something like that. If you wish to go into the party sheet, there is an item in there.
Just labeled robe.
Hold on. There you go.
How do I take it?
You just put it into your inventory.
How do I do that?
So open up your character sheet, open your inventory, click the box and drag it into your inventory. There you go.
Dope.
If you'd like to tell your allies what it does, you may. Otherwise, we will continue.
It is. Hold on, let me read it real quick. Oh,
None
it's
of our
cool.
business. No.
I just like what it says in the back. That's dope as fuck. Oh, dope. Oh, dope. Cool. Yes, I won't tell you what it does, but I will kind of stand up, turn around, kind of lift the hood, like roll my arms back, kind of like stand up real straight. And you see on the back of the robe just reads, "The Beast."
Fucking
It
dope.
suits you really well. Tony's like a really bad liar about it. He thinks it's corny as shit.
Hey man, I didn't fucking ask for this either. Shut your damn trap.
You see that Nod goes, "Oh, you don't like it? Do I need to change the colors or something?"
No. It's great. It's great. I love it.
No.
Pick your orange.
Nod, did you put the beast?
Well,
That is my boxing name. I'm Charlie the Beast Maze. I mean, well, like when I'm fighting.
when the Vox Phantasma is chosen, we adorn them with their token that dignifies their status. We try to tailor it to their lifestyle and their functionality. Charlie has shown that she is one who enjoys the sport of boxing, though I do not understand why. It both looks very painful and bloody.
You know,
I mean,
Oh, is that why my thing's a telescope?
is that also why she skipped out on her fight?
I skipped out because you all told me to. Yes.
Ah, gotcha.
However,
Henry does finger guns when he says gotcha.
however, it was important for us to suit it to her, and not towards something that we thought was aesthetically pleasing.
I thank God, because I was not about to wear a crown or some shit.
Yes, Why would I ever give you a crown? You see that Nod,
He was totally gonna give you
Nod
a
says,
crown.
in addition to what its innate abilities are, it will allow you to have more control over your chaos magic when it inevitably arises. In addition, um, your your form will be as you wish. It will not change as a result of your rise in emotional stress. If you wish to look as, well, animalistic as you are now, so be it. If not, it is also an option of yours.
I mean,
Out of can I ask a out of character question?
What's up?
Does it have disguise self?
Not as per the spell. Um, Charlie has essentially all the powers of Nod in Nod. Um, so one of those powers is that she can take the form that she wishes.
Oh, okay. All right, continue. Sorry.
I mean, I'd never have to shave again. Like, kind of look scary. What about the people of the waking, the non-magics? Are they gonna see me as a dog?
No, they will. Your appearance will be relatively unchanged in the waking world. You will look as Charlie Mays was intended to look. However, because of the feedback of the Umbral Arcana that has affected you since your awakening, in the Unsleeping City, your form will alter as per normal. You will change back and forth depending on your emotional stress. And here, it is as you wish.
I mean, I don't hate this. It's kind of cool, I guess. It's like a weird superpower. Makes me feel kind of cool.
Could she get like all of her shapeshifter bonuses for her like thing at once? Like, could she have the tail and the claws and the whatever else? Because it's whatever form she wants. That's all I'm saying.
It would
I'm
only
just
she
asking here.
could, but it would only happen in Nod.
Only or not, but still, that's a good feature. I doubt we're ever coming back here, but I'm just saying if we do, that's really good.
Well, I mean, he said it, so I'm gonna write that down.
You say that. Um, so what is it you guys wish to do? Let me start by saying, do any of you have any other questions for Nod? Um, did any of you,
Is he gonna finish his egg whites?
you see that Nod slides over slides over their egg whites to you.
You are just pounding those things, brother.
Oh, I haven't eaten food in I don't know a couple days.
Okay. So, I just kind of want to summarize, make sure we're all like kind of on the same page here, Um, so, um, big bad guy wants to ruin the American dream. Um, and we have no idea what his next move is. He has the key for a door. There's some weird hex thing in place that's stopping him from using it. So that's probably his next target. I have no idea how he go about dismantling that, but that's our only clue as to like his next move. And I think we were talking about earlier, like maybe going to like hell or the fairies and talking about the whole soul ownership business. I'm not really too sure, but like
I mean,
that option is
my
there.
that was my idea. I mean, if we can get at least one of them on our side, fucking, they hate him probably more than we do, so it'd be nice.
Hmm.
But we could always play more than one part.
Alejandro is still here, right?
Yes, Alejandro is here, just kind of like listening to the whole conversation.
Okay.
So
Pony is gonna turn to Alejandro, and he's just gonna be like, so what exactly does the society have on this door? Do you have anything in the books, or might you? Then you just have to look for it.
I'm perhaps this is all aspects of the Dream Ring realm, which up until moments ago I thought was a bit of a myth. we at the Gramercy, we do not have much sway here in the dreaming world, so things that may be a physicality here are
But that
bits of
door's
information there.
also partially in the real world. So would you have anything on that?
I mean, it already said it's by the Statue of Liberty.
We know that the golden door exists by the lantern, yes. But as far as any way of opening it, we know only that it exists as a momentum to those who have come in from the boats.
Is there any way that you could get your people to like set up some type of a protective ward around there so that this Moses guy is gonna have a bit of a harder time getting there? Buy us some time, essentially.
You see that Nod hears you say that, and you see Charlie. You feel somewhere deep in Nod a massive shifting. Like it feels like you. It's like this weird, almost like like a couple of G's pushes against you. Like you feel something has fully shifted and changed in Nod, and you see that Nod goes, "There. It is no longer. There is no longer a lock on the golden door. It is both locked right now, but also does not no longer has any lock." You see that Nod goes, like kind of like there's like this like weird sheepish look to them as they kind of like retreat a little bit, and you see that maybe you can go back to the waking world, and then I can open the door again. At least it will be unlocked so that those coming here can go through again. But for now, maybe it's best that the American dream is locked away from everyone for a day or two. You know, keep it
So
all the
when
way
you
shut.
say from everyone, does that include the dreamer, the sleeper? I forget what we call them. God, it's been a long 3 days, guys.
Everyone.
Normal
E-
people, the
everyone-
non-magics, the
Yes.
muggles.
Yes. Everyone who dreams of the American dream will no longer be able to attain it, at least for the next few days. It is in my best interest as the monarch of the dream realm to make precautions so that nothing is tainted or damaged in any way, no matter
I mean,
how extreme it may sound.
3 days isn't gonna fucking kill anyone. I mean, it's not gonna. It's not too bad.
Okay. So I appreciate the move, but from what I'm understanding, this is like a door that's in two places at once, right?
That is correct, although it is only partially in the other.
True. So we've got this side kind of covered with you and Charlie here, right?
Yes, but
So we got to work on fortifying the other side, right?
well, that would be most likely. However, you may still visit the doors here, and now that Charlie has been fully welcome as my has been fully sanctioned as my champion, she has as much pull here as I do. If you wish to visit the gates now, you would get there in a moment's notice, much faster than you would in the waking world.
Okay. Basically, uh Tony's gonna like this, it's like a look at like this weird side glance at like Charlie, and like his eyes are kind of going back and forth between Charlie and Nod, and he just goes, I'm not meaning to be rude here, but the last time that we uh we went and did dream magic, there was a lot of bad things. So I'm not trying to be rude to Charlie here, but you could make sure that nothing gets too crazy, right?
You must understand, dream magic is innately chaotic. It maintains and and pursues all possible possibilities. Dreams should not exist as one ideal. However, now that she has been fully welcomed in, she will have much more control over it, and in some cases be able to dictate which of those possibilities comes through.
So is going to the gate a good or a bad idea? That's pretty much what I'm trying to gauge here.
You see that Alejandro says first. He goes, "Well, if it is any constellation, I believe it is a good idea that we investigate. I can go to the gate, the Pearly Gates, if somebody wishes to accompany me."
No, old man, you are going absolutely nowhere but fucking home.
Okay, Charlie, like I get where you're
Holding.
coming from. I absolutely get where you're coming from. But at the same time, we kind of can't go shafting some of our best help away. So I get if you don't want to go with Alejandro, but we
I'll,
should utilize him and the society as a help because they don't want New York to fall apart. You don't want New York to fall apart. I don't want New York to fall apart. It's
I'll
it's,
go with
it's a good deal,
Alejandro.
right?
I punched a
And
baby
there, that
today.
settles that.
Don't
That
think
settles that.
I
Diego's got it covered.
I punched a baby today. So don't think I'm afraid to punch you, old faggot.
Hey, Charlie, chill the fuck out, okay? No need for insults.
Just keep him away from me.
That's
Sure,
fair. A
but
little
no need for
uncalled
insults.
for, but fair. Anyways, so that settles that. We got a pair going over there. So, what are the other? We gotta go to Fairy Hell, and then maybe the American. I'm a little confused.
Yes, if you wanted to investigate, remember, though those three realms, hell, heaven, and fairy, all used to be dreams before they were so loved that they became real. So there are some neighborhoods where those doors used to be. So there's a big fairy neighborhood up near Carnegie Hall, where the road to fairy starts. You could try where the pearly gates used to be before they left.
Did you say Carnegie Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But before the forces, she goes, you can try where the pearly gates used to be before they had left, but there are forces around there. It's the border of the dreaming where that borders these it's the border of the dreaming where it borders on these other realms. If you wanted to go and investigate,
So, okay, we should do some splitting up. Um, the fairies, though, those were the mob people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, we crashed that fairy wedding. That was fairies, right? That's what that was all about.
so fairy is the realm of the fairies. There are mobsters there, but they're not there. They're here. They're in the waking world. That's where the mobsters are.
Mhm.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody in fairy is a mobster. Just that they in the waking world are mobsters. You do, however,
Well,
know that fairy is a monarchy in a sense, but the only king and queen that have ever been there are Oberon and Titania, and they've ruled there for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. They're they're very, how do I explain this? Their bookkeeping might be real bad, but they're real good on remembering to um, tie up their loose ends and stuff like that.
um, okay. So I know that Smoke isn't here with us tonight. But Smoke, I don't know if it's come to the. Does Smoke work for the fairies? Did he work with the fairies?
Smoke is fairy. He is Sealy, so he just like by default works for the fairies. Their job is to collect glamour and then bring the glamour back to Oberon and Titania. But a lot of fairies kind of like skip out and stay in the waking world and collect the glamour for themselves. And Smoke is one of them.
So does
So
that put him on bad terms with the king and queen?
yeah, but the thing is, the reason that they skip out is because Oberon and Titania would never leave their realm to come after them. They send assassins and collectors and stuff all the time, but like, you know,
So taking Smoke to fairies a bad idea.
it may work against you, yes, but the only person that would like the person that knows how to navigate fairy and what its customs are and stuff like that, like the best would be a fairy.
Hmm.
I mean, we could
So
always find a different fairy.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Um,
but at the same time, I think all the fairies that we as a party know are in some way, shape, or form tied to the mob, which I think is on the bad side of the king and queen.
I mean, fairies feed on glamour. So who do you think is the most glamorous person in New York City? We can look for like actors. We can look for musicians. I'm pretty sure there's more than one fairy in New York.
So we should pass on fairy for right now, is what I'm getting.
I mean, I'll go. I thought I was gonna go with Alejandro to see the Pearly Gates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we have a few people go to the Pearly Gates, and then we could have a few people go to the death pit of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dibs on the death pit of hell, I guess. 'cause
I had a
no one
feeling
else
you
wants
would
to
say
go there.
that. I had a feeling.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
no
mind
one else
following
is
Henry.
going, and somebody's gotta go.
I
Well,
mean,
I would go to hell.
Yeah, I
If
don't-
we're
I don't
not
mind
going,
either.
I was thinking of fairy, but if we're
What you know
gonna
about hell,
pass
kid?
on fairy for the moment, I'll go to hell. Hell sounds cool.
I've been to hell and back.
Somehow I
No,
doubt
but
that.
like actual hell.
Do any of you want to investigate not the pearly gates, the golden doorway?
My main
Didn't know
thing is
that
just I'm
was
not
an
sure if
option.
that's the smart thing to do, because I don't want to accidentally poof it into the real world again.
Well, you wouldn't be able to. Remember, there's no lock on it, so it literally cannot be unlocked as of right now, because it is both locked and does not have a lock to be unlocked. So there's no real threat of it going into the waking world because it can't be unlocked. But if you wanted to check the status of it, like, maybe it's progression or something like that, you could totally do that here in the dreaming as well.
So
I think we should
why
definitely
don't we
check
as
it
a
out.
party do that first? That sounds like the smart thing to do. Is just everybody goes there, and then we split up if we're going to.
I agree.
You know,
At least then
seen a
Alejandro
lot
knows
of
what he
things
might
happen
be
when
looking
people
for
split
in
up.
the real world.
You see that Alejandro goes, okay, it is settled. We move as a group and then we separate after.
If
Yeah.
we're separating, yeah.
Then
Except Abuelo, you can stay at the grammar school. We can handle it.
Mijo, you are sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't want any bad blood between you and Charlie.
I understand. In that case, let us be off.
Don't worry, I'll stop by and bring you frappuccino.
You know how I like my cappuccino.
Yes. But cappuccino or frappuccino, which one you like, man? You're always changing every day.
I cannot help myself. Some days I want the espresso. Sometimes I want I want the French vanilla. Sometimes it changes. It changes. What can I say? I'm a changing man.
Okay, well, I got your phone. You can just text me and tell me what you want, and I'll bring it to
What
you.
are you
Okay?
going through puberty?
He goes,
Be a girl or
He goes,
something?
young man, I am well into my later years. I am able to change still. I like to keep it fresh.
Hey, come on, you guys
weird.
both serve. You guys gotta respect each other. Come on.
These magic types are crazy. That's all I gotta say. Freaking living for
Hey,
like
you're
what? Freaking
you're a
200
magic
years.
Oh my god.
Listen, you're absolutely
Tony.
right. But I don't know shit.
Tony,
I am a
you
New Yorker.
guys-
That's all I know.
You guys wrap up. You see that Helen comes over with the check, puts it down. You see that
never wrap up.
Nod looks up at you and goes, I rule this entire realm, but I don't have any money, as I am a kid. And
Couldn't you just dream up some cash?
Oh no, you're really fucking us here, buddy. We got a lot of food.
I immediately get up and just start walking out.
Well,
I'm
it ain't
gonna
gonna be
make
me, and I
the
just
restaurant.
stand up and I follow
you see that
right
Nod just goes,
after.
he goes, there's this nightmare that is happening at the other side of town, and I should really look into it just in case something crazy happens, like the last time, just bye, and poofs out.
I'm I'm gonna misty step out of the restaurant.
All right, me and Charlie are gone. Ed's gone. I think it's
Henry's the only one.
Alejandro and Henry are the last two at the table.
You see, Alejandro looks at you. Henry goes, "You got this."
I got no cash.
We could totally just skip on the bill, you know. We could just bolt without paying.
Wait, I'm gonna look. Is she standing there?
She's attending another table.
Book it.
You see
Yo,
Alejandro.
Step of the wind.
Alejandro goes, "Oh, everybody's leaving. Okay, and just like blows out of the ceiling, like full Superman flies out of the ceiling.
Step of the wind. Step of the wind. Step of the wind.
I'm gonna walk. I'm just literally gonna walk right past her and be like, "Hey, miss, right before everybody vanished, he said, in the power or the way of Nod, that shit was free. Thanks though." And I'm gonna keep walking.
As you leave, you hear Helen just goes, "I hate when he fucking does that." Like,
Oh yes! In the power of God, that shit was free. I love that. That's my new favorite quote of anything.
hell yeah. You guys
What
go,
was
so,
the quote though?
just like by the power, like, you mean like what he said at first?
Yeah, what he said originally to like order everything, like for the power or not. Or
They just said
whatever
by the power of Nod. They just said by
Okay,
the power of
cool.
Nod.
Cool. All right, then I did kind of remember it right. Nice.
Oh my god. Okay.
By the way,
so
like
bad.
Henry, like noticed that, and he was gonna comment on that earlier, but like you guys were like just going. He's gonna like try doing that everywhere down here. Like he was just like, "Oh, I gotta get me one of those."
So where is it you guys go first? You guys go to the Statue of Liberty first?
Golden Gate thing.
Okay. So you guys see that first off, like as you guys get out, like Nod explains it, like you guys can like he's like, you know, it shouldn't be too easy. You guys can fly. And so like you guys are able to like Peter Pan fly your way there.
You guys can, but I can't.
Yeah, Tony goes to put his hands up, doesn't lift off the ground.
Can I come back and just grab Tony and fly him up?
Easy enough.
But it's like not comfortable at all. I'm like getting my.
Are
hands
you sure
in
that
his
like when he
armpit.
tries to pick me up and fly with me that he doesn't just crash to the ground instead of flying?
He's pretty protected by like the realm of Nod. So even though it looks real awkward, you're almost weightless to him.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna do tricks with Tony. I'm just gonna throw him in the air and catch him again.
Jesus Christ. You guys fly out, you start flying there, you see that the Statue of Liberty, like as you approach the Statue of Liberty turns, beautiful French woman, she goes, hello, how are you today? Looking to see the Statue of Liberty, huh? Are you here for a guided tour?
Wait, you're French?
Oui, you have come here to see the point?
Why wouldn't she be French? Do you know where the Statue of Liberty came from?
How you gonna give us a
Statue of
guided
Liberty?
tour?
It's American.
Wrong. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from the France.
I'm just
France, the
fucking with you
French.
guys. I know.
Insight check.
I'm being 100% honest. I know.
You can't just say insight check. You have to roll an insight check.
Can I
I
roll
did.
intelligence to prove that
It's
I'm right?
literally right there.
Oh, I wasn't looking.
You never look.
You see that
The intel-
you see that she looks at you and she goes, "It has been so long since I've had some visitors. What is it I can help you with?"
We need to see God.
She goes, "He is a wonderful man, but it is I cannot just simply call upon the god."
Well, I mean, like just where he is, we just have to go to that place.
Well, if you wish to see God, you have come to the wrong door, mon ami.
So which door is this?
Ah, this is the golden door.
Oh.
God is you would say God would be at the Pearly Gates.
We
So why
wanted
don't
to
we
check
go here?
this one out anyways.
I'm a little bit lost. Not gonna lie.
The golden door is the American dream door. Pearly Gates is heaven. The golden door is the American dream.
Gotcha. Can I
What?
look into the door? Is there anything on the other side? Is it locked? It's locked, right?
It is both locked and has no lock.
Nice.
Well, that's not fucking cryptic at all.
It's not a riddle. Like it just doesn't have anywhere to put a
Like the
key.
Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So this is up to you guys. I'm beat.
You guys see, so you guys can see that from this vantage point, the Statue of Liberty casts this incredible glow over the entirety of the city. You see that there is something, however, you see that there is something issuing from and towards the golden door. And she illuminates almost this sickly, branching cardiovascular system that appears to be overlaid on top of like the dreaming that you can see. Like blood moving through veins and green dollars moving around all around through the realm. You see that they go towards the golden door and come from the golden door, as though like a heart is beating and pushing it and pulling it throughout the city. Uh, if anybody wished to, if you had to guess, what would you think that this represents?
Not everybody at once.
Can you repeat that, Sally?
Yeah. So
Anatomy?
So you can see that the door, so not the door going from the door and coming to the door, like in this big old loop kind of way. Not in a circle, but it's like a big old thing of like cardiovascular. So like a bunch of veins and stuff going all over different places. And
Mm-hmm.
like in a loop, there is stuff going from it and then stuff circling around coming back to it. So there's stuff going towards it and from it, right?
The circulatory system?
Exactly. And it's very sickly. It's dark and it's like almost it's like this dark blacks and greens, almost like this kind of rotting kind of thing, but not quite. But it's overlaid, so it is a little bit like fuzzy, as if there's like a piece of um, like paper or something on top of it. So it looks like it's not present in this realm necessarily. Um, yeah. So and you see that moving through the veins are these is money is going through the veins instead of blood. It's literally bills, like dollar bills and stuff like that going through and from it.
It's what runs America. It's the blood of America. It's the lifeline.
Anybody else?
I would say just not America, but New York. Maybe Wall
The
Street.
stock market?
Of course, America. What? Without money, we are an ancient civilization, still bartering and unable to you know.
Yeah, but America's more than just money.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Money's
Eduardo?
the root
Is
of
it
all
more than
evil.
just fucking money? Because everything that I can ever think of ever is about money. Man, I want to go to college. Money. Man, I need a job because of money. Oh, I want a house. Money. I can only be happy if I do things that cost money.
Well, you know what? You actually make a good point. That's pretty depressing.
I mean, yeah, and if you think about it, right, people are always dreaming about what they want, right? So you get the impression that this is like greed and being corrupted by money. So yeah, you see that the Statue of Liberty says, "Ah, yes, the golden door. Beyond it is a life worth living, prosperity, opportunity, the things that people came here to seek, and yet the dream, however pure, it can be accomplished through these acts of power and wealth. The dangers, of course, lie in losing the dream in the pursuit of the ability to obtain the dream." Yeah. So you guys fly over. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, damn. Nope.
Dude, I'm rolling like shit today. 16.
Henry, I just want to say
Better today
that
than
is the
combat.
saddest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
You guys get the smell, right? It's like the smell of like burning paper, and you realize that it's like the smell of burning money, and like a similar smell flashes into your head that you've smelled before. Um, let's see, Tony and Diego, you have smelled this before. It is the same smell from the Bethesda fountain.
Oh.
Just this charry smell of undeath.
Oh, so this is for sure Moses.
Yeah, so you see this weird infected blood system in the realm of dream, and somewhere deep within it, deep within the tangle, as if to go downtown, there is some force of undeath that has tapped into, not fully responsible for it, but is able to command it to some degree.
Dude, we're gonna fuck this guy up so bad.
Anything
So-
else? But that's pretty much what you
So
see.
can we follow? Can we follow from where the corruption is coming from? Is there any way to, like, trace that back to its origin?
You can to a certain degree, but at this point, it looks like money has completely corrupted the entire city. So like, there are many points in which it is branching from, like the roots of a tree. There are many origin points. So like like I said, to a certain extent, you can.
Gotcha. Um, I mean, there's not much else we can do here. We can go somewhere else. We have a lot of stuff to do.
Remember, you still have the heaven, and you still have the pearly. You still have heaven and hell if anybody wanted to visit those.
Maybe not tonight, but for sure, like soon in the campaign.
What?
Hold on. Does anybody want to go there? Yes or no?
I mean,
Yeah. By the way,
we have to go
you're
there anyway,
really
right?
bad.
Well, with the way that like Aspen phrased it, like tonight or like
I mean,
next
it's
session.
not gonna take long. I just need to know if you're going or not.
Let's say we check the pearly gates first.
Okay, so
I
who
think
wants to go to the
may-
pearly gates?
Let's just all
I
go to the Pearly Gates.
Oh, I was gonna say we should split up.
Haven't
I
you
don't
seen
know.
Scooby Doo? You should never split up.
If we're dealing with people like Moses, we should not split up at all. We're stronger together. If this dude shows up and tries to smack us silly, it's not gonna be good.
Very true. So you guys head to the pearly gates.
To the pearly gates we go, friends.
I think
Oh my
this is
God.
where you ask if we can see God.
So you guys are able to fly over to the pearly gates. You see that it's So let me ask this: what's on your mind as you guys approach literal heaven? Like, well, like the dream version of heaven.
What do angels look like?
I wonder if Michael Jackson will be here.
Really, Michael Jackson, not Prince?
That's funny.
What'd you
Really,
just say,
Charlie
Ed?
Michael Jackson, Prince? Really?
Ed, what'd you say?
Really, Michael Jackson and not Prince?
Oh, I thought you said, didn't you know Michael Jackson isn't Prince? And my other, like, one side of my brain was like, what the
Yes, Michael Jackson is in fact not the man known as Prince.
I'm
I
looking for
mean,
Bob
it's
Ross. I
wild.
don't know about you.
Bob, no!
I'm
And
gonna start looking for a
Harambe.
dead celebrity.
So-
See who made it into heaven.
You guys,
And Harambe.
Where's Harambe?
you guys get to the pearly gates. You see that the pearly gates are kind of hanging over where JFK Airport is.
Yeah.
And you see that they're sort of through there. You see that there's this like just back and forth like airplanes kind of coming and going, like in and out through Dream. And there's like a bunch of people on like that are kind of like passing away in New York, and they get into this little airport and take off. And you see way in the distance are the pearly gates. You kind of are like it's like you're flummoxed, by it a little bit. You're looking around.
That's not a word.
Flummoxed is very much a word.
That is very much a word. It's just one of those fancy English words that nobody uses.
Yeah. So this place doesn't feel as if, heaven and this like the force of celestial angel heaven, you can see that like the pearly gates that through there are other divine realms as well. So like while there are angels in that sense, there's also like pearly gates heaven. There's probably like Roman Elysium there, like Viking Valhalla there. Then there's somewhere past it all as well. Um, there are all these realms, but like a reward of peace for lives well lived for all different like branches of like religion. You are kind of taken in by this peaceful of it, like the peacefulness of it, and just sort of bliss of these dreamy airplanes and whatnot. Uh, and there you are.
And there we are.
So no Bob Ross.
Well, give me a perception check, and
Show me Bob Ross.
you don't see anybody in particular at the gates. Henry, you notice the front of the gate is in disarray. Like there is actively some sort of um, conflict happening at the pearly gates.
Bob! And Henry takes off running.
Yeah, you as you take off towards the gates, do you say anything or do you just like launch towards the gates?
Bob!
You hear him, you guys hear Henry yell Bob and he darts off out of the gates. You hear as you get closer, there's like this angel just going, "Miss! Miss! Miss!" And you just hear ba 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 ba, a full-on commotion that is happening on the other side of the gates. Just like a bunch of angels wholly getting their asses kicked.
Bye.
Is there like a
It's
crowd of
Bob Ross.
people in front of me before that?
What would you say?
Is there a crowd of people in front of me before that?
Like there's a like the pearly gates is like an airport, so people are coming out of the airport, like they're leaving the airport going into the gates, right? Like the planes come in, they leave the airport going to the gates. There is a bit of a line there because it seems like whoever's supposed to be at the front door, like the front gate to let people in, is currently getting their ass kicked, or like there's some sort of holdup that is happening.
Well, I mean, I'm like jumping over people or like spinning through, like trying to weave through these people. I guess trying to get up to these gates.
You approach the gate, and again, now that you've gotten to the cloud and gotten to the gates, you see that there's like a full pile of angels that are just like bah, 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 just gets thrown onto the pile, bah, 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 thrown onto the pile. You see, one of them flies towards the gates. The gates fully explodes open. He just toppling and tumbling over himself, rolling over, rolls past you. The gates are open. You can see that there's a fight happening. You hear, ooh, some of the clouds part as something leaps into the air towards your group, like towards the party.
Is it Bob Ross?
You guys wanted to be Bob Ross so bad.
Who wouldn't?
Second on the list is Mr. Rogers, by the way.
Ew, no, he's so rapey.
Is this
What?
is this thing that is flying towards the party a roll initiative type of thing?
No, in fact, you feel yourself. I wouldn't say no. So you guys feel yourself like
Oh god.
Henry has flown ahead of you at Mach speed, lands, and something jumps from the gates. You guys brace yourselves to attack whatever it is has fully escaped heaven just now. Jumped out, is heading towards you guys. You guys reach for your weapons. You guys start to begin to cast spells. Charlie, you go to like put your guard up as it flies next to you, lands, and like it hits you like what feels like should be incredibly hard and knocking you out of the air before fully coming to a stop and you realize you are not, like, whatever it was isn't attacking you, but holding you in a very loving embrace. And you hear a woman's voice go, "There's my little wallaby." It is your mom.
Cue in the arms of an angel.
I was not ready for that one. Oh fuck. Hello.
You see that she goes, "Well, look at you. You." She's like, "Well, you couldn't be my little muffin." She goes, "Last time I saw you, about wee hi, you little you goes, you little ankle biter."
Charlie's face is just eyes open, mouth agape, like isn't saying anything, can't find words. She's just standing there, just standing.
Charlie can't get a break on this emotional roller coaster.
Never. You see that that's happening. You see that some of the angels, like you, so you're standing by the gate, Henry, and you, a bunch of angels take off after her. You see that there's another angel who's there, who's like walking out and trying to like calm the like fleet of angels from going off. So like, you hear like you hear one like he's being like he's like gents, calm down, calm down. There's no need for whoa whoa. Hey, it's all right, it's all right. He takes off, and you see that he gets like outflies them, gets there before they do, and you see that he goes Lance, and she goes, you see he goes, now you can't just leave the pearly gates to go and see your daughter, yeah? And she goes you think some bloomin' winged whites are gonna stop me from seeing my little wallaby, yeah? And he goes, no I don't, but at the same time you can't just leave. You can't just leave heaven, love. As your parents are now in this weird argument in front of you, in a weird debate about like if it was about how worth it is to leave heaven to see their daughter again.
I don't even. I mean, how did you? I could have swore y'all would have ended up in hell.
You see that your mom like fully slugs you in the shoulder. Like, you guys have seen Charlie throw blows and like fully like rock people, and like you're suddenly like, oh no, this is where she gets it from, as she is fully slugged, and she goes, ha! She goes, bloody right? She goes, you can't tell me. All I remember is getting on this plane, yeah? And the next thing I know, I'm at this gate, and they're just like, you shouldn't be here. And I'm like, I shouldn't be here. And they just let us in.
What?
She's like, yeah, you think they have some sort of better precaution about letting us people in. But I'll tell you what, I guess I had a pretty good life. She goes, so how are you, dear? We don't get to see much there on the boob tubes up here, but
I think I'm gonna be sick,
uh,
and then immediately just throws up.
it fully floats, becomes sentient, like becomes like a face, and he's like, hey. It goes, hey, I was inside you. Like, and then just like flies off.
That's worse than real throw up. Oh my god. I was not prepared for this at all. Wow. Do they look normal or they look all burnt to shit because they were in a fire?
They look like brand new. They look very clean, well kept. Your mom's in this like nice white dress that she's torn the sleeves off of. Your dad is in like this full white suit, like very crispy white suit. Trying to like get his wife to go back as like a fleet of angels is chasing after them. And yeah, they're just like, you see that your mom goes. She goes, all right, well, how's Trav, dear?
Oh god. Well, I guess he's and Charlie refrains from telling them that he's sick and has cancer and stuff. She's just he's great. kicking it, and you know him in the video games, and and you know, Jesus, chat, Jesus. Um, if any of you don't know, you should look at the chat in the YouTube right now. Um, yeah, he's fine. How are you guys? I mean, Jesus, how you handle it up here with all the fucking prissies and the ones who made it?
She goes, love, bunch of fucking wanks. Let me tell you. She goes, there's nothing but prim and proper and manis and petties all day. She goes, I wish. She goes, look, I'll tell you what, I could use it. She goes, they don't let you drink up here. So she's like, I could go for.
Oh, no. There's like 50 religions up here. Fucking Islam promises 30 fucking virgins, but they won't let you drink. Now that's some bullshit.
She goes, we're stuck in the front. She's like, I wanted to. She goes, your dad wanted to go to Valhalla, and we were like, yeah, let's go to Valhalla. But turns out like there's like a waiting list, and you gotta make sure you put in your put in a week's like a week's notice before they can even like begin the process of like transferring you to another bit of of the demiplanes. And now we're just stuck here like wandering about with our fucking dicks between our legs, like.
Jesus, I say just go back down to hell. Bet you have more fun down there. Hey, little Narcissus hanging out down there too.
She goes, fucking hell, is he dead?
No, it just keeps going down to give the fucking devil a lap dance. I don't know why.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got it all figured out, yeah? You see that a bunch of the angels has fully reached you. Your dad, who's fully like wingspan, arms spread, trying to keep them out. And he goes, you hear, ma'am, you can't just leave the gates whenever you want. She goes, hey, you're not gonna fucking stop me. And he goes, will you just, fellas, she's sorry for what she did, but at the same time, can't any of you, have a heart? We haven't seen our little girl in what feels like ages. I can only imagine she swims over top of him, clubs one of them in the mouth, just BAM! And she goes, oh, fucking hell. And he goes, yeah, how's that for trying to step in the way? He goes, I don't hold it against, one of the agents is like, I don't hold it against you at all. I totally understand, but we gotta go. Like, you can't just be out here. And you see that she goes, all right. Well, listen, sweetie. It seems the time's up. So, be good down there. Brush your teeth. And, don't forget to write.
How?
She goes, you know what? Fuck. I thought it was sentimental, but you know what? I guess you could go off on your merry way.
Mom, look, I'm the fucking god of dreams or some shit. I can come back whenever the fuck I want.
You see that she goes, are you the Provox bloody phantasma?
Yeah, even fucking bet it was Trav at first, but that little bugger couldn't keep a hold of it.
How in the fuck did they make you the Vox? She's like, you couldn't dream your way out of a paper bag, love.
Hey, I dreamed my way up here, didn't I, fuckers? At least I have a choice to leave, you dead bitches.
They both turned, like, there's this, like this heavy pause where it's just kind of silence as you say that. They very quickly break from the silence, both come over, give you a big hug, and in both of your ears while they hug you, they just go, we love you, Wally. Have a good one, yeah? The angels come, pull them off, you go, it's time to go. Like, hands behind their back, fly them back into the gates. And the gates close. You see them sitting as like right by the front with the giant line, waving at you, kind of like waving out of a window, like waving at you. You hear one of the guys in the front of the line just goes, "Hey, knock it off! Some of us are trying to get in here." Fully gets clubbed, knocked the fuck out at the front gate. And you see that you guys are like ushered away by one of the angels. Like, he's like, I get it, but we got some business we gotta maintain, so you can't be here.
Is he kicking me out?
They're not. They've pushed you. Basically, they can tell you're not dead, so they're like, you can't be here. You're not dead
Yeah, we
yet. You
can't
be
go
here."
any further than the actual gates until we die.
Oh. But like, can I see Bob Ross?
He's still on this.
And also, is everything okay up here?
You just hear like a very faint. There are no happy accidents.
No, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents.
Shut up.
All right. You got one.
The-
You only got one place left.
Wait, did you hear my question?
No. What was your question?
I said, also, is everything okay up here?
They're like, yeah, we got it. We got had a little breach of security, but it's all taken care of.
Oh. How does somebody breach heaven?
Listen, sir, that's for us. That's for us to take in and reevaluate and bring it up at our meetings.
Okay.
The laughter's in character, by the way. Tony's just fucking laughing at this angel.
All right. You got, like I said, you got one last place to visit.
Let's go to hell.
All right. You guys head out, and you find yourself all the way over at Hell's Kitchen.
Oh my god!
It's fucking Gordon Ramsay.
Hell's Kitchen is fully burning, fully on flame. Huge, just like almost like blow torches coming out from like different like sewer grates and manhole covers. Just raging fire here. It's like Nightmare has a lot of pull in this realm. You're walking along. You hear just whip cracking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you see that there's just like a bunch of demons crouched over like gargoyles around here. And again, you're not in hell, you're in dreaming. So like these might be demons, or they might be like nightmares that are wearing like a demonic guise. I had a burp, sorry. Whatever the case, it looks like it's sort of like elementally aligned with the place that you see that like the gate, like the giant maw opens up. It's like that weird panther cave kind of from Aladdin, like the Cave of Wonders, how it's like a giant mouth you have to walk down, except there's a giant jagged teeth like gateway. Yeah, so it opens up, you see just like you hear like a like just like a ringing sound of like a bell, and just bang, shot goes off. And you see there's just like 1,000 little rat men wearing like suits starting to run after a sack of money that is strapped through like a zip line, like in a dog race. Just chasing it around, just going, and all these rats start going. You see they're just all of a sudden just tumbling over each other as they're whipping out little knives, stabbing each other, and just knifing each other during the race. There's this huge like crow, feathers on its head, but there's like where the beak is, it's literally just tears through its face, just pure bone and dried blood on it. Its eyes are gone, just deep black pits with cracks of embers on the inside. Tall, like 18 feet, leathery hide, like a gnoll's body. It's like a hyena gnoll's kind of body, standing upright. Its legs are very like animalistic in the sense that like a dog's where it's bent backwards, and they're like on the hind legs like that way. Only 2 toes that are like long, sharp talons on each with like a little nail that sticks out from the back of it, like from the little nub on the back by the heel. And it has like a whip in one hand and a sickle in the other end. Every time one of the rats like falls last place in the race, just gets fucking brutalized by this whip. Just gah, 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 gah. Just snap, 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 snap. Just gets the shit whipped out of it. You see one of them just does that, just does just that, falls behind, gets like shanked, falls behind, and just crack, the whole midsection fully spills its guts out as it like almost like is like torn in half by this whip. One of you like lands, you step on like the softer part of the land. that cracks, breaks, falls down like a lava fall that you're standing next to. Loud splash as it hits. This giant bird demon turns, starts to walk towards you, step by step, and just as it approaches, looming over top of you, it just goes, "Holy shit, flesh bags! What's up, dude?"
What?
He goes, "Oh wait, like none of you were dead, or like live in constant fear of dying and going on. Like what's going on in hell, dude? What are you guys doing here?"
Man, demons are fucking rad.
You see that he looks at you. You say that he looks at you. He goes, "Oh, thanks, dude. We try to do our best to try to maintain the the feng shui and stuff. But that's crazy. Like he's like, who wants? But like seriously, who wants to come to hell? What's up, guys?"
Why do you always give the bad guys such fucking?
Have you seen lower emotions around me?
Why do
It's
you,
so
why
hard
do
to
you
hate
sound like
them.
Crush from Finding Nemo?
What did you say? What did you say, Ed?
Have you seen lower emotions around?
Emojis?
Oh, Robert Moses. He goes.
No,
he goes.
Robert
He goes.
Oh.
He goes. Robbie Mose? Nah, I haven't seen him in a while, dude. Like he's supposed to die and come here, but like. He's like I'm like a lobby kind of dude. Like I'm like on he's like how there's like 9 rings, right? I'm on like ring 0, kind of like the waiting room to go into hell. So can't go past here, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
So limbo?
But
He goes like kind of limbo. You know what I mean? He's like limbo's over there, and he points to this little like daycare area, like it's like a full daycare, like set of ropes that says like limbo on a sign, and you see that there's like baby like dead offspring who are over there. Because that's what limbo is. It's a lot like you haven't done anything to go to hell, but you haven't done anything great to go to heaven. That's what limbo is. You see that there's like a dude who's stuck in like a literal cube who's just walking back and forth. You see that he walks over and he goes, "Oh my god, I'm dead!" And then he goes, "Oh wait, that's crazy. That's my twin brother." Like, oh, it's wild. He walks over to another side and goes, "Jesus Christ, I am dead!" "Oh wait, never mind." Like, it's crazy. I just like it's just constantly like getting scared that he's dead, gets reassurance that he isn't dead, gets scared that he's dead, gets reassurance that he isn't dead, and he goes, "Nah, dude, this is like the lobby."
These places didn't look that bad after all.
He goes, "Nah, dude, this is kind of like a warm-up, like your entree, but your pre-entree."
So
The pre-answer. What
But
is that?
Robert
An
Moses was
appetizer?
already dead. So like, did you see him leave?
Like I said, broski, it's not really my job to make sure that they stay down there. There are other bigger, badder demon dudes who are down there that like that's their job. I just make sure that people get in who are supposed to get in, which is why I can't let you pass.
But you don't make sure that people don't get out that aren't supposed to get out.
We
Am
have
I reading this right?
we have protocol, broski, bro. Like that's the protocol. Like there's like a book. Here's the thing: people don't escape. You gotta have some pretty crazy magical stuff, right? Like almost like how do I explain it? You gotta be able to like get yourself out, cause like if you're on the wrong list, can't let you in, right? You feel me?
Like Santa's list?
Who?
Santa?
Is that like your dad?
Big, chubby dude with a beard.
I think I thought you said Hannah. I was like, who the fuck's Hannah?
Santa.
He goes, "Fat chubby dude."
Yeah, like your granny.
Christopher, Chris Kringle.
Oh, Chrissy Krings. Yeah, he died forever ago, but like he was a weird dude, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't Santa for a long time, and when he was a Santa for a long time, he used to do like the grossy gross. And so, he's down
The
here,
grossy-
but he's
the
in, like,
gross
but he's in, like
gross?
he's all the way down in adultery.
Dude, I want to know what the grossy gross means.
No.
He goes
My
he goes
image of
he goes,
Santa's
"You guys
rude."
are some cool ass dudes. What's your names and stuff?"
Look,
Marco.
hey, bro, my name's Tony. Listen, you want my number? You ever find yourself in New York? We grab some drinks sometime.
Dude, give me the digis, man.
Tony passes his fucking literal devil his phone number.
He goes,
He's
you're
not
really gonna go
the
drinking with the
devil.
devil?
He's just a demon.
he looks at your phone number. The last 4 digits are 6969. He goes, Fucking nice, dude.
He gets it. This one gets it, guys.
Tony, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's not like you got
Somebody's
to
gotta
choose
say
your
it.
phone number. You're just that lucky.
He goes, but no, you see that he's like, you give him his phone number. He goes, cool. So like, he goes, Tony, what's up, guys? He's like, what's up?
What's your name? What's your name?
He's like, what's your name? He goes, oh, me? He goes, well, I'm Murph. What's up? Well, he goes, yeah, I mean,
rad fucking meeting you, Murph.
yeah, cool. He's like, listen, I get it. Big devil named Murph. I mean, my legal is, Morzakian, the Cinder Cage Pit Lord of Ever-Burning Flames of Despater. But, like, it doesn't really fit on the license. So, like, had to shorten it.
The license. Just fucking deep. Fucking Satan administering license.
He goes, talk about nightmare stuff, dude. Like,
Murph, hey man, I just want to tell you, you're a scumbag, man.
he goes, dude,
I mean,
thanks,
you're a
brother.
demon.
He's like, that's crazy. Like, I was going to say the same about you, you piece of shit. You're so nice.
oh, fuck you, you hot piece of garbage. Not hot like that.
You see that
You know what?
one of his eyes, again, has no eyeball in it. It's just black pits with, like, crackling embers on the inside. His full eyeless eyeball winks at you, and he goes, no, you're a piece of shit, dude. He goes, no, you're a hot piece of garbage.
Now, you
I love this guy. I love this guy so much.
I don't love him. I hate him.
You see, he turns, like, in the middle of the conversation, turns around real quick. You hear a voice that just shakes the foundation. You just hear, insect, I gave no such order to cease the race. Move your feet, worm. Crack, crack. You see one of the rats escapes the pit, runs over to you guys that, like, he doesn't see, and it goes, hey, y'all, you got any money, dude? You guys got any money, dude? Hey, you got any money, dude?
I'm gonna kick him.
He goes,
Oh,
come
yeah,
on.
I'm also gonna kick him. Tony's gonna kick him in the fucking nut.
Kicks him in his face. He goes, come on,
Tony,
dude.
what?
He goes, my feet
Tony,
are always
what?
burning
You
and
can,
stuff,
like,
dude. Come on,
Back in
man.
the pit. Back
You can
in
like
the
bounce,
pit.
you
You
can
see-
bounce it in the air and just kick him around.
You see that he pulls out, you kick him in his face, he tumbles over, pulls out a little knife, he goes, hey, come here, yeah. You see Murph turns around, and he goes, he turns him around, you see that Murph is like, hey, get the fuck away from my dudes, bud. Like, fully pulls out his whip,
I love Murph.
crack, hits him a bunch of times, just whips the hell out of this rat, just like squeaks, runs off, before getting completely immolated by this lava geyser, just fully burned to a crisp.
Okay, Murph, I gotta say, that was pretty cool, man.
I love Murph.
Make a perception check, please.
Oh, I got you.
Dude, why am I rolling so bad today?
Look on the bright side. We're not in combat today.
True.
Oh, thank God.
So you see that it seems like there is still some connection. Like, even though this is the dream version, you could still reach hell through this place. Like, given like what Murph has told you and like kind of like the feel here, it may not be verbatim hell, but you could definitely still get to hell through here, right? Kind of like
Murph,
going.
can you get us?
Well, yeah, like, you know how many people have fucking nightmares about going to
Yeah.
hell? It makes sense.
Murph, can you get us some visitors pass or something? Hell.
He goes,
I'm
he goes-
just spitballing.
"Oh, y'all trying to take a tour?"
You mark an X on my hand.
There's a tour
He
of
goes,
hell.
I mean, kinda. He goes, like, you know what I mean? He's like, we used to have this guy a long time ago. His name was Dante, and like, he wanted a tour, so we gave him this
you know my
crazy ass
character?
mind tour, bro. Like, he took him through the whole thing, and he was like, dudes, hell, not that great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, but like, maybe
Oh,
should.
that Dante dude, that dude sounds fucking crazy. Hell, not great.
No,
That's
like, not,
like the whole
not,
point.
not like
Fucking
not great.
rude.
He goes, not like not great, but like not great in the sense that like perhaps dying and being tortured all the time probably isn't what you want to do, but this place is fucking sick. He goes, do you see that, dude? He like points over. There's a full dude whose bottom hat who's like pinned to like an upside down cross. His bottom his like waist down, fully ripped, like flayed and ripped off, so it's just like muscly bone legs, and the top, and he's fully screaming in agony as like there's like this succubus who's like peeling at him with like an apple peeling knife, just peeling off tiny pieces of skin, fully screaming bloody murder. He goes, you see that? That's a real dude. Like, this place is sick. Like, He goes, can't find that at a Halloween store, bitches.
How hot's the
No, but-
succubus?
He goes, dude, put your hand in it.
No, I'm asking the DM. How hot is the succubus?
Oh, she's like an 11. She's like you know, demon
my
of,
God.
demon of like seduction and like succubi literally become what you think of is the most attractive thing to you, like in your mind's eye. In actuality, they're horrific monsters with like leathery bat wings and like, you know, scales. But when you look at them, you see the most attractive thing you could possibly ever think about. So like it's different for each of you.
I'm telling
I
Tony,
just-
I
I
think you
lean
should
over-
kiss her.
No. I lean over to Murph and I'm like, listen, if I ever end up in hell, set me up with that one.
He goes, dude, I got you, brother. You see that he says he loves he goes Trish, hey Trish, yo, when it's this dude's turn, yo, like
When it's this dude's turn.
you
Not
guys,
dead yet, but
yeah,
when
so
I
you,
am.
you guys, so you notice that like again, you notice these little sort of burning scraps of money here as well. It's kind of like burning scraps of money floating around. As you look, you see like weird thing, not as already kind of ephemeral, right? But you see that in the corner of your vision, dollar signs moving around ephemerally. Even for Dream, they're illusory. But look up, you look up and you see that in the distance, like the golden door is in the distance. So like it's almost like some of the money is being dumped off and but it's like raining some of those dollar bills here, but they're like burning up before they can touch the ground.
Is there any way I can like grab them before they touch the ground?
Yeah, I mean it's easy enough. Like you can grab it and it's this an illusory. It's like I said, it's illusory. So it's not like a legit. Like you catch it and it's a legit counterfeit dollar that is burning and that just burns up into your hands. Like the idea is that you dream of money and greed through your life, and then when you get to hell, you can't take it with you. Like right, you don't get it here. It burns up before your face, and you watch like your greed and your livelihood burn up in front of you.
Can I look at it through my telescope?
Sure.
25 on
20
my perception.
You can see this like magic here. You can see it's straight dream magic. It's not even taking a form in through your telescope. It's just the ebb and flow of dream magic.
Huh.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do here in hell?
No.
Alrighty. You guys leave hell. You guys find yourself back in the middle of New York City, like Dream World, New York City. Are you guys going back to the waking world, the regular version, to maybe check on that side?
Can we get to Fairy from here?
You could. Fairy doesn't like people who aren't giving them glamour, so like it might be dangerous, at least for right now.
What are you guys thinking? Do we want to break into Fairy?
I mean, not tonight, but whatever.
I mean, that sounds like an idea. Not a good one, just one.
Eh,
I don't know. We should be breaking into a whole ass realm.
true. I also feel like that's the type of thing we should wait till we have our resident fairy back to
Yeah.
attempt.
Also, a realm full of things that are famous for being vindictive and just generally assholes.
Listen, you never give them your name. Like, I'm already in the clear because I tell them my name's Tony, and that's immediately like that's a nickname. They ain't got my name.
Anthony.
Also, remember, you guys were in a combat before this, so it might not be a bad idea to head home and like recuperate before doing stuff.
Also a good idea. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm gonna head
uh,
back to the Gramercy.
Nap time. Nap time. It sounds like nap time. All right.
Okay, so you guys head your separate ways. Charlie, you find yourself heading home with this incredible, like, I want to say weight lifted off of your shoulders. In a weird way, you didn't get to say goodbye, right? And now you kind of did, and it was almost like a second hello. You find yourself ready to turn in for the night. You sit down on your bed. You go to put your phone on the table, and it, like, lights out, pitch black. The light on the screen illuminates on your phone. Get it?
No, I ignore all my notifications. Yes, I look at it, fucker.
Uh, it is a link to an event page, kind of like, like the website like SeatGeek, who they like do like tickets for events and like stadium shows and stuff like that. So there are websites. Okay, so yeah, there are like websites that like are responsible for like booking tickets for events and stuff. It is a link to one of those. You tap it, click on it. It opens up to a flyer.
Who's it from?
It is from Isabella Infierno, who's like your boxing handler, right? You open the link, and it is a poster, like a promotional poster, that is a picture of you and some guy called that reads pay-per-view, one night only debut match, The Beast versus the Digger, December 25th. You kind of like throw it aside, close the app, and when your apps pop up with the time, so does the date. The date is December 24th.
So it's Christmas Eve, and somehow magically people are going to want to watch a fight on Christmas Day? That sounds stupid.
Either way, we find out what happens next time on the Unsleeping City. That's all for us today. Tune in next week as we're in episode 10. We're gonna figure out we're going to find out about our Christmas Day prize fight.
Oh boy.
That's so stupid.
And this has been your adventure guide. Always remember, it could always
It'd always be worse.
Bye. See you next time.